Gave up a scholarship at Ball State to come to Illinois, not possibly dreaming that he could have done something like that 2 weeks in a row. John Paddock did that. So Illinois 1 win away from bowl eligibility behind John Paddock. That's it for us from Memorial Stadium. Connor Onion, Matt Millen, Elise Menaker with the winner for Illinois in overtime. We say so long from Champaign. Iowa and Rutgers coming up next.
Connor, thank you very much. Welcome to Kinnick. Iowa missed a 47-yard field goal on its first drive. Rutgers on the move, but now it'll be 3rd and 2, but Larry Smith is going to move
start.
Rutgers back 5.
Offense, number 21. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
So now 3rd and 7. Kirk Ferentz and the Iowa Hawkeyes atop the West at 4 and 2. A chance to head back to Indy, the Big Ten title game for the second time in 3 years. Third and 7. Now more movement, and this crowd is making an impact already today.
False start. Offense, number 51. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
What was 3rd and 2, now 3rd and 12. Manungai up the middle. And Xavier Wampa brings him down near the 41-yard line. And it's 4th down.
Looks like Shiano's taking his time deciding, of course, okay, here comes the punt team. But again, let's just take mental note. This is going to be a defensive battle, right? I know you guys watching at home already expect that. But with that becomes the field position battle. Rutgers was in plus territory. They didn't get the points, but they have a chance to pin Iowa's offense back deep. Of course, that's if Cooper DeJean doesn't do some magic in the punt return game.
He waits at his own 5. Flynn Appleby, the sophomore, to punt this one away for Rutgers. DeJean, fair catch, hauls it in near the 5-yard line. Under 7 to play, first quarter at Kinnick. No score on the Big Ten Network.
Everyone has a different reason for choosing unleaded 88. For Joyce, it's choice. For Dane, it's octane. For Bryce, it's price. And for Claire, well, it's cleaner air. Unleaded 88 costs less while providing great performance. And unleaded 88 reduces toxic emissions. That helps everyone breathe easier. There are a lot of good reasons to choose unleaded 88 because unleaded 88 is engine smart, earth kind.
$20, I can name all 26 beat-up sauces.
Tim just found out his job is a pyramid scheme.
Oh, okay. Would hearing about the sauces cheer you up? Mango habanero, Nashville hot, salmon jalapeno, mild, wild, medium.
Lowe's knows same-day delivery means getting what you need right when you need it. Holiday shopping got easier on affordable decor and more.
You know you can get these all at once, right, Dad?
The holidays got sweeter with same-day delivery. You got this. We got you.
When you find that forever kind of love. Zales has jewelry that's made to love and made to last. Love real. Zales.
It's only paint. It's only paint that comes in an award-winning twist and pour container. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only easy opening, smooth pouring, change your life paint.
Sunday, Kayleen Smykel leads the Scarlet Knights into a matchup with Auburn. Women's Hoops, Sunday, 5 Eastern, on the Big Ten Network. We are leaders who dream big, working together to improve lives off the court. Forging new discoveries fueled by nearly $12 billion in funded research each year. Home to 175 Nobel Prize innovators who are improving society through knowledge. And 6.4 million alumni, the most of any conference, making a big impact in communities around the world. We are the Big Ten, and together, we are unstoppable. Thousands of non-televised live events, next day on-demand game replays, multi-view to watch up to 4 games at once, and your favorite school 24/7 channel. There's no plus like home. Download Big Ten Plus and subscribe today.
Football on the Big Ten Network is powered by Unleaded 88, Iowa and Rutgers today from Kinnick. Let's take a look at today's impact players, brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance.
Look, Le'Shawn Williams has separated from the pack in this Hawkeye running back room. He's the guy that's going to need to carry this offense throughout the broadcast. Mohamed Toure, he's the linebacker to keep your eyes on. Filled the stat sheet last week. A sack, an interception, a tackle for loss. When Tyreen Powell went down, Mohamed Toure's role has increased, and he's stepped up and made the most of it.
Le'Shawn Williams Jr. is met by a Rutgers swarm after a gain of 3. Brooke?
Jaquay Jackson, he came off the field and immediately went back into the tent. He was back there for a few minutes before coming out, was walking back and forth on the sidelines then he started to shake his head. He appeared to be in some pain, but I couldn't make out exactly what the injury could be. He then went back into the tent. Guys, I'll let you know once I find out more.
Yeah, Brooke, it's not a deep area really for either team. Wide receivers. Iowa likely without Deontay Vines today. And we'll see if Jackson can come back. It's Williams up the middle to about the 13 after a gain of 3. It's 3rd down.
So what I saw there and what you're going to see throughout the game is a heavy box, right? We saw it on the last drive as well. Rutgers is fine playing one-on-one outside, daring Deacon Hill to beat you. So what that means is for Le'Shawn Williams and Jazz Patterson, they're going to have to get those hard, tough yards at the point of contact. Do they fall forward for an extra 1 or 2? Throughout the game, that can add up and be the difference.
Jazzy Patterson, redshirt freshman tailback, checks in for the Hawkeyes on 3rd and 2. Caleb Brown on the sweep. Brown lowers the shoulder pads and a 1st down. So you hear the crowd right now, and they're saying Coop, but that is Caleb Brown. He wore 81 last week, but 3 today is once again Caleb Brown, and it's the 1st down for the Hawkeyes.
Caleb. Brown. Either way, we're cheering for a 1st down. You know, there's multiple different ways to run the football, and for Brian Ferentz, he's going to have to switch it up. It can't just be all lead power here with the fullback.
It's Patterson. For about 3.
Going back to the impact players, Le'Shawn Williams has separated from the pack. Jazzy Patterson is now the number 2 back. Caleb Johnson is kind of fallen down the depth chart a little bit. I think a big reason why is because of the way teams are playing Iowa's offense. They're loading the box. There's not a lot of space. Caleb Johnson is an explosive, kind of a scat back. The other 2 are more physical. They can get those hard yards lowering their shoulders.
Deacon Hill, that's tipped in the air and incomplete. Deion Jennings, coming off a 13-tackle game against Ohio State, made the play. It's 3rd down. Ickman Nelson got his hands up. Number 4.
Let's see what Brian Ferentz does here on 3rd and 7. Backed up in your own territory. They're an empty formation, so you're thinking pre-snap that this is going to be a pass unless we see a motion.
64 yards of offense so far. 1 pass yard. On 3rd and 6. Hill incomplete. That's a catchable ball for Jazzy Patterson, and it's 4th down, and the Hawkeyes will punt.
And Ferentz told us about the 3rd down situation. There's been too many where you have no chance, meaning the protection dies down. It's a mental error. He said we got to avoid those. Well, that time Deacon Hill had the chance. He worked through his progression, a clean pocket. He put it right on the number 9 of Jazzy Patterson, and the ball slipped right through his hands. When the offense is struggling, the margin for error is slim. Guys around Deacon Hill need to step up.
Mid-season All-American Torrey Taylor boots it away. Dremel, fair catch, and that ball's on the ground. It's live, and it's going to be recovered by the Scarlet Knights. El-Shadi Salam, former running back, now quarterback, made a good play on special teams to keep the ball in Rutgers' hands. It was DeJean downfield, causing havoc. Still Rutgers football. Timeout.
At CDW, we get the importance of clear communication. And when your teams are spread out, that's not always easy. Our experts can help by implementing Poly audio and video solutions to keep you connected. From headsets to collaboration tools, Poly Solutions offers simple setup and eliminate distracting background noise, so the people you're talking to only hear you. To collaborate with quality, trust Poly and IT orchestration by CDW, people who get it.
Get help reaching your goals with JP Morgan Wealth Plan, the digital money coach in the Chase mobile app. Use it to set and track your goals, big and small, and see how changes you make today could help put them within reach. From your first big move to retiring poolside and the other goals along the way, Wealth Plan can help you get there. JP Morgan Wealth Management.
Whoa, the new iPhone 15. With that amazing camera, I wish my family had them. Zoe, you're an action star. Take action. Join T-Mobile and get 4 new iPhone 15s on them and 4 lines for $25 a line. With that camera, I'll be sharing pics from the slopes. You do not want to see yourself skiing. Yeah, I'm good at skiing. Your stunt woman is.
This holiday at T-Mobile, get 4 new iPhone 15s on us and 4 lines of unlimited for $25 a line.
What do you think of the jacket? You look like a marshmallow.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 is so good, the crew is giving every combination code names.
I got that sauce biscuit and some Tay-Tays.
Eggman and Saucy Boy. 2 hot coffees.
No matter what you call it, Wendy's breakfast is that breakfast. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles.
Big Ten Network Saturday Night Volleyball.
Big swing.
Wisconsin and Penn State square off in a top 20 primetime showdown. Saturday Night Volleyball, powered by Unleaded 88. Tonight, only on the Big Ten Network.
Next Saturday, we're all Big Ten all morning as we are live from Columbus, getting you ready for a full Saturday of college football. Big Ten tailgate presented by Buffalo Wild Wings next Saturday at 10 Eastern on the Big Ten Network. Rutgers ball. Let's take a look at impact players brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance.
All right, what do you guys at home think about this? Could you have guessed it? The 2 running backs and the 2 linebackers are the impact players in this game. There was a little question pregame if Monungai was going to be healthy enough to go. He was listed as questionable, but as you can see, he's out there.
And here is Monungai, cuts it back and spun down after a gain of about 4.
And really, you know, all jokes aside, that is going to decide this game, right? Both teams know exactly who they are. Monungai, the Big Ten's leading rusher. It's going to be a fun battle between him and Jay Higgins, who I think is right there as good as anyone in the mix for Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. He's playing like an All-American status throughout this season.
And the tackle on Monungai. Leads the Big Ten in tackles, averaging almost 13 per game. Dremel in motion on second down. Monungai left side. Out near the 30 for 5. It'll be 3rd down and short for Rutgers with 3.5 to play in the opening quarter.
Illegal snap. Offense, number 59. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Those 3rd down defense goes beyond just the field. It's the Hawkeye defense and then this Hawkeye faithful crowd. They've made a difference already a couple times on 3rd down, being involved and vocal, cheering for their team and messing with the communication of Rutgers. And here we are once again, 3rd and 6. Let's take a listen to them.
Wimsett throws to the side. That's caught by Ian Strong. He breaks away from Jamari Harris. So tight coverage, but a well-thrown ball by Wimsett as he finds Strong for a gain of nearly 30. It's first down.
So Ian Strong is a freshman, an early enrollee. He came in the spring and started as a defensive back, a safety. And I go back to week 1 in their game against Northwestern. He had an acrobatic, phenomenal catch in the end zone. It's been spotty throughout the year, 10 catches for 135 yards, but he's made the challenging ones look easy, as you saw right there for Ian Strong.
Saw the arm strength too on display there from Wimsett on a third down conversion. Monungai trying to bounce it outside. He does cut back, and he's able to turn that into a positive play. It looked like it was going to be a loss of 5, picks up 2. As we take a look at our standings in the Big Ten, brought to you by Discover in the West. So Illinois beating Indiana in overtime today. Nebraska losing against Maryland, so Nebraska still not bowl eligible. Iowa atop the West at 4-2. Michigan, of course, winning at Penn State.
Of course, Minnesota travels to Columbus next week, regardless of what happens. That's when the Hawkeyes feel they might be able to gain an extra game on the Gophers.
Wimsett is on run. And not much to the right side. Deontay Craig, junior from Fort Wayne, made the stop. It's third down.
No, it's been 3 times on third down where this Hawkeye crowd has made their presence felt and caused a false start or some type of pre-snap penalty. It's hard enough to move the ball on Iowa's defense when you're not moving backwards.
Rutgers converted on 3rd and 6 a moment ago. This is 3rd and 7. And the Scarlet Knights will call
Rutgers, the first of the half.
Their first time
will be
out.
a full media.
3rd and 7 for Greg Schiano and the Scarlet Knights when we come back.
A new arrival alarms the Brotherhood of Muscle. Muscular features signal power and performance. Attributes they've never seen in this build. Behold, a new breed. Ready to swarm. Ready to sting. Ready to electrify. The defiant, power-packed, all-new hybrid electric Dodge Hornet RT. Performance electrified.
DirecTV Sports Central brings your game stats and scores together, and now you can get it without a satellite. One more reason to finally get rid of cable. But getting rid of the cable guy might not be as easy.
Oh, yeah! Visit DirecTV.com for up to a $400 reward card.
Marathon knows that fans are the true co-pilot of any team. Through the good and the bad, you support your team through every season. So for every grill master, all-star athlete, and face paint fixer, know that Marathon is here to keep you and your team fueled on and off the field. Wherever the game takes you, Marathon is by your side because we're driven together.
For breakfast, you want something simple and tasty. Like, wait, how does Taco Bell not have a breakfast taco already?
I mean, you're Taco Bell. It's in the name. You've thought to put a burrito inside a quesadilla, but you don't have a breakfast taco? You have all the ingredients. Fluffy eggs, melty cheese, savory sausage.
I don't normally agree with Pete, but he's right.
That's things, Rhonda, but thank you. The all-new toasted breakfast taco. Simple and tasty. I did that. I made that happen.
1 second, Grandma. This guy's gonna buy my car.
Okay. You need Carvana. Entering plate number. No accidents, right?
No.
Generating offer. Carvana can pick it up tomorrow.
That's an amazing offer.
Sell your car the easy way with Carvana.
On the banks of the Raritan, the gears of progress turn. Powered by a willingness to stand for what's right. By gaining ground in the race of our lifetime. And by ensuring every step we take includes our responsibility to the future. Wherever the human race moves forward, you can be sure there's someone there, pushing, learning, persevering, because progress isn't just made, it's earned.
Football on the Big Ten Network is presented by Unleaded 88, the clean burning fuel choice that's engine smart, earth kind. By DQ chicken strips and fry rings basket, only at DQ. Happy tastes good. And Veterans Day weekend on the Big Ten Network is presented by the Air National Guard. Serve wherever you call home. The Stead Family Children's Hospital, adjacent to Kinnick Stadium. We are getting close to the wave. 38 seconds to go in the opening quarter. 3rd and 7. Nungai wrapped up at the 44. Nick Jackson, transfer from Virginia, second leading tackler on this Iowa defense, made the stop.
Second time Rutgers has been able to move the ball a little bit. They get into plus territory on the plus 50. And the second time the Iowa defense has answered the bell, stiffened up and forced a 4th down.
Greg Schiano and the Scarlet Knights will line up to punt once the second quarter begins.
This
after
is the
15, no score. And now what began in 2017 continues every home fall Saturday. Let's enjoy the wave here in Iowa City.
You were such a good listener, Thomas. It makes me feel so special.
You are special. If you don't mind, if you could just...
This makes me feel really special, too, because, you know, Discover's giving me cash back on debit, not just credit.
Actually, Discover gives cash back on debit to everyone.
Everybody?
Everybody, if you could just...
What about Debbie Johns? All those years that I couldn't find my bike, it was in her garage. Like, she gets it.
If she has Discover cashback debit, then yeah.
Introducing Discover Cashback Debit, a checking account with cash back for everyone.
The new Barbecue Ranch Chicken Crunch from Jimmy John's is here with house-made barbecue ranch sauce, all-natural chicken and crispy tortilla strips. All that sauciness comes as a sandwich or wrap. Sandwich or wrap. Sandwich or wrap?
For your family, the gift that keeps on going.
Our very own Energizer Bunny?
Energizer Ultimate Lithium. The #1 longest-lasting AA battery.
Experience the joy of gifting at Jared.
One red baron, fully loaded, hands-on style. Hold on, partner.
That there pizza's big enough for the both of us.
Sure is. But this town ain't.
As we start the second, destination programming right there. Cooper DeJean awaiting the punt from Flynn Appleby. DeJean took one punt back for a score here at Kinnick against Michigan State earlier in the season. Second punt from Appleby into the wind. And DeJean, fair catch at around the 8-yard line. Let's take a look at today's advanced stat brought to you by IFS. Two teams that have relied heavily on their defense so far this season in terms of giving up big explosive plays. Not too many against these two defenses.
That's a great stat to talk to you about the identity and discipline of the defense. Explosives happen when guys are out of position, when they're not doing their job, when they don't trust those guys around them. When you're that stout and you force teams to drive down the field, it shows a disciplined, unified front, and it helps them to avoid giving up plays on giving up scoring opportunities on one big play.
Le'Shawn Williams picks up about 3. Now the running backs today. Le'Shawn Williams had a big burst early. Then we saw the redshirt freshman Jazzian Patterson and Caleb Brown, sophomore from Chicago. An Iowa rushing attack, averaging 115 per game, 11th in the Big Ten. Williams stacked up shy of the 15. It's 3rd down. Look at that today. 70 yards of offense. Only 1 pass yard for Brian Ferentz. It was announced last month by interim athletic director Beth Getz that he will not come back as part of his coaching staff for 2024.
Empty personnel once again.
Hill, time, open, that's caught by Williams. 1st down. Across the 30-yard line, Deacon Hill had all day and found Williams for a gain of 17.
It took him a while to get there, but this is off coverage really from the jump. So as Le'Shawn Williams is getting up to the sticks and getting into a stop route, Deacon worked his way all the way back. It's a great job by the Iowa offensive line, giving him a chance, right? Brian Ferentz said we have to avoid the no-chance plays. Twice on 3rd down, the O-line has stepped up. Twice on 3rd down, Deacon has went to the running back. This time, Le'Shawn Williams finished it with the catch.
Now Williams on the ground and is smacked for a gain of close to 2. Big Ten Plus delivers thousands of non-televised live events, access to next-day on-demand football replays, multi-view to watch up to 4 games at once, and a 24/7 channel for your favorite school. There's no plus like home. Subscribe and stream for as low as $9.95 a month at BigTenPlus.com. Total yards, Iowa first half, 81 total. That was a scoreless first half, by the way, against Northwestern. Almost 90 so far this half alone. Added to that, Estrenga out near the 39.
You see Brian Ferentz is going to empty personnel, and really there's another layer to that. Usually when teams go empty, it forces the defense into a very specific check. It stresses defensive structures. So Brian is putting this Hawkeye offense into empty personnel, which forces Rutgers, so far what we're seeing, to get in a more vanilla, predictable defense, and Iowa's been able to take advantage of it.
High formation backfield on 3rd and 2. Patterson, he left his feet and he was smacked back, and I don't think he got there. Had to reach really inside the 41, and he is shy of that. It's going to be 4th down and short upcoming.
This is a decision. They're keeping the offense out there, and the crowd is loving that.
Iowa converted 1 4th down already. It was a sneak from Deacon Hill, that big frame of 6'3", nearly 260. And is that the call again here?
Looks like Rutgers is certainly expecting it. Look at all those white jerseys in the A-gap.
Timeout. Iowa, their first
Hawkeyes
half.
take a timeout. 4th and 1 when we come back.
Old Trapper Beefs, camping catastrophes.
So the kids want to go camping again.
Well? Yeah, let's go camping.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Going to see movies on a Friday night in the Quad Cities here, that was not just an experience to be entertained, but to be educated.
Watching people jump when it's scary and laugh together when it's funny. It's such a communal experience. You're going on a ride with 100 strangers, and we were just inspired to try to hopefully one day make movies that could take an audience on a ride as well.
I just look at filmmaking as it's only about telling stories and having a really fulfilling process and trying to bring that story to life.
Every project that we write, it starts with a spark. 1 or 2 good ideas, they just kind of stick around, and we just keep talking about them and talking about them.
even if there's an outward force saying we don't want it, that's not a deterrent to us anymore. We're going to try, and sometimes you're going to try and it's going to fail.
It can be a business of rejection, especially when you're 2 kids from Iowa. So having a partner to build you up and keep you confident is so crucial. I'm Brian Woods.
I'm Scott Beck, and we're filmmakers
and University of Iowa graduates.
And we thank all of our troops on this Veterans Day. For all that you do to keep us safe, we honor those who pay the ultimate sacrifice. And a treat to be in Iowa City today. So Iowa was going to line up to go for it. Now they bring in the punting unit, and Taylor does put it away. And it's a good punt for the midseason All-American and a fair catch from Christian Dremel. A 50-yard punt there from Dremel. Speaking of the veterans, Phil Paulin, member of our crew. There he is on this Veterans Saturday. Phil, thank you for your service. And thanks for being an integral part of our great team each and every week.
Can I say a bounce back game for Tory Taylor? We're talking about a bounce back game?
That's fair. I mean, yeah, it was an off week against Northwestern last week. He averaged fewer than 40 yards per punt. A 3-point Iowa win. Samuel Brown, the 5th, now a tailback, and Wimsett will throw open. Dremel stretching and catching, and he'll have a first down out near the 22-yard line.
Each time Gavin Wimsett has dropped back and thrown the ball, it's always been out to his right, and they're stressing the field horizontally. It's a quick play action, and he's came to Dremel a few times now out to his right on a deep out route. So far, this is the most accurate he's looked consistently to open a game.
As the crowd gets loud, Wimsett changes up the play. Brown led by Higgins, and then Jackson came in to help out. That was power against power after a gain of 3.
Jay Higgins. That play reminded me of the goal line stand last week. What makes a good linebacker is that point of contact. Do you get knocked back, or do you do the knocking back? Stuffed Northwestern there and stuffed Rutgers at the point of contact right there.
Numbers for Higgins last week, named a midseason All-American. Senior from Indianapolis. It's Brown again. Not much. 1. Deontay Craig that time on the stop. 3rd down.
Here's one thing to watch on 3rd down. The quarterback run is alive. Wimsett's really the best part of his game is when he's on the run. Let's see what offensive coordinator Kirk Shiraka has dialed up on a 3rd and 6 situation.
Wimsett throws and incomplete. Intended for Isaiah Washington. Coverage from Jamari Harris. And it's 4th down.
It's a bang-bang play. It looked like Harris was there maybe a little bit early right there. Yep. So it looked like Harris might have got there a little early. Maybe a flag. Didn't throw it though. And there you go. Another punt.
It's been a busy day so far for both punters. What we thought though. Eugene as the crowd reacts. He's back at his own 35.
False start. Kicking team number 89. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
The 4th false start on Rutgers so far in this game.
You got to keep a live count at this point. The Hawkeye faithful came to play.
Victor Kanopka Guilty party that time. Appleby is punting into the wind. So Regine now moves up. Here's on 40. This one will go out of bounds, and the Hawkeyes will have their best field position to begin any drive so far today. But can Deacon Hill and the Iowa offense do anything with good field position? We'll find out when we come back.
That's why I love bourbon barbecue wings.
Wow. That was something.
You didn't like it.
No.
I mean, I used to sing on cruises.
What made you stop?
The cruises. Bourbon barbecue wings.
It's only paint. It's only paint that comes in an award-winning twist and pour container. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only easy opening, smooth pouring, change your life paint.
Half. 1 and 2. 2 and 4. Half of Black Americans don't have enough savings to retire. So let's retire inequality. Let's step forward together and let's rise together, because dignity, security, retirement is for all.
This is Fubo TV. It's a better way to watch live news, shows, and sports without cable. Watch multiple games at once with Multiview. Try free at Fubo.
193 games as a Big Ten head coach, fourth most in conference history. So who are the 3 head coaches with more? The 3 head coaches with more. Ferentz 193 entering this one today. The answer coming up in just a bit.
It's that empty formation once again. This has been one of the more successful pre-snap looks for Brian Ferentz in the Hawkeye offense.
Good throw on the screen. That's caught by Caleb Brown. And Brown inside Rutgers territory out to the 45 after a gain of 6.
So screens start with the first block. Here's your tight end, 82. Pascusi coming out and just getting that first block, and then you can get your lineman downfield. The screen game hasn't been too successful, certainly not last week against Northwestern, and a big piece of that is they couldn't get the first block. In a good screen, you just want to get the play started.
Deshaun Williams Jr. on 2nd and 4, got away from Deion Jennings and just shy of the line to gain. Brooke?
He's raw talent. That's how Kirk Ferentz describes Caleb Brown. Not only as a great kid, but someone who truly has put in hard work since he stepped foot on campus. He feels like there's a lot of upside there and can have a similar ascension as Jay Higgins. You know, somebody that maybe wasn't getting a lot of attention at first, but they put in the hard work and has now put the college football world on notice. That's quite the comparison, guys.
All right, Brooke, thanks. Keeper there from Hill and a first down. And Brown a bigger role today with Deontay Vines out due to injury. Well, tomorrow catch a great non-conference women's hoops matchup when Rutgers takes on Auburn. Coverage begins at 5 Eastern right here on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app.
Again, it's these, you're going to have a couple scoring opportunities this game. These are 2 evenly matched teams. Remember, Iowa missed the field goal earlier in the game, now about 5 yards away from a potential field goal opportunity. Certainly they're thinking 7 points if they can get there.
Drew Stevens missed the first drive, a 47-yard try on play action. Hill got away once, not twice, and then is thrown down by Aaron Lewis. His 4th sack this season, approaching 9 now in his career. There is a flag down, a sack, and for now a loss of 6.
Holding, defense, number 16. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
It's on Max Melton, and penalties are piling up for Rutgers, and this really hasn't been a problem for the Scarlet Knights all year. They've been one of the better teams in limiting penalties, already 5 so far today.
Here he is working on Caleb Brown, who Kirk Ferentz has been excited about his progress, just waiting for him to come about. He's a transfer that originally went to Ohio State as a running back coming out of high school. but showed you something with the catch for 23 yards to set up the go-ahead field goal last week. That time a clear hold on Max Melton.
Play action, and Hill will check it down. It's Williams, slips free. Williams upended inside the 25-yard line.
And there it is again. It's just that first block. That is the difference between a positive and a negative play on the screen. That time Mason Richmond did a good job. The left tackle. Watch 78 here on the side of your screen. He releases, and he's seeing the guy right there. You just want to get that block on number 17, Deion Jennings, because once you do that, you have some space downfield. A great job by 78 Richmond.
First time either team has worked inside the opposition's 30-yard line. It's Williams. And he's dragged down short of the line to gain at the 22 by Flip Dixon.
Flip Dixon is
down right now.
Officials timeout for defensive
transfer
injury.
from Minnesota, his first year.
This will be a media.
So Flip Dixon
timeout.
is down. 3rd and 1 for Iowa when we come back, but first a timeout.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again.
We want it all. We want beards and lattes.
Great.
We want to be invited.
Great.
And not attend.
Great.
We want to take the shortcut.
You lost?
And not be in danger.
Reverse.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Sunday, the Hoosiers hit the hardwood.
It's all Indiana tonight
For action against Army. Men's Hoops, presented by Jeep. Sunday at 7 Eastern on the Big Ten Network.
Fox Sports and Jersey Mike's hit the road for the tailgate tour. Join us at the game for a chance to win a year's supply of Jersey Mike subs. Download the My Mike's app and earn shore points for free subs and more. And catch college football on Fox and FS1.
It's been a dream of mine to put on the black and gold.
They can put up points in a hurry.
In the end zone, touchdown for the Maryland quarterback.
I came too far to give up now or to not go that extra mile and try to succeed.
Football just gave me that extra motivation and gave me a vision to get to where I am right now.
The Journey, presented by Auto Owners Insurance, Tuesday on the Big Ten Network.
Up-to-date look at the Big Ten East standings. Rutgers at 3-3. Michigan winning today at Penn State at 7-0. Ohio State, Michigan State today. The Buckeyes undefeated. And we'll see Ohio State next week at home against Minnesota. Penn State now 5-2. So Michigan, all that went on the last 24 hours with Jim Harbaugh able to find a way to win today on the road at State College. Flip Dixon did walk off on his own. This is a 3rd down and 1 for the Hawkeyes, and Hill will keep it himself. And to reach the 20-yard line.
It's close.
No signal yet.
There it is.
And there it is. It is a 1st down as the Hawkeyes extend this drive. With that, we welcome to the booth everybody, Corey Provis and Jake Butt, and have to get your take on all that took place with the Wolverines the last 24 hours. They put it together. and got a win today.
Really, I just think the most frustrating thing about this entire thing, and it's understandable because of the context and the situation, is it's taken away from the play on the field. Not just for Michigan, but for Penn State. This is a top 10 matchup. These guys work year-round for an opportunity to prove themselves and compete for titles.
Hill will throw, and that's caught by Nico Ragaini. Ragaini against Robert Longerbeam is down near the 13-yard line. And it's second down.
But so much of these past few weeks have been talking about almost everything but on the field, right? And I think Penn State was probably tired of it. I'm sure Michigan was tired of it. And what you got to see is two great teams compete today. I think Michigan showed a lot of resolve. Their leadership, Sharon Moore stepping up. The question is how are they going to compete? What are they going to look like without their head coach on the sideline? Well, they answered the bell. I know Michigan still feels like they have a chance to win this thing. They feel like they're the best team in the country and did a good job of showing that on the field today against Penn State.
It's Williams for a gain of 1. Knowing Jim Harbaugh the way that you do, how much of was that a motivating factor for the Wolverines as a team today?
I mean, we could just go back to the beginning of the season to see how they reacted without Coach Harbaugh. And inside opinions, outside opinions, clearly the guys in the locker room love Coach Harbaugh. Remember, they wore the free Harbaugh shirts week 1. They held up the 4s. So one thing that I know is for certain, the guys in the locker room and across that staff love their head coach, and it felt like they had some extra juice for him today.
Williams hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss by Deion Jennings. On 3rd and 2, number 17 came through in his 55th career game and a 2-yard loss. It's 4th down.
In a big-time play, Deion Jennings there at the linebacker position. He shoots right through the gap. This is something Rutgers is going to do throughout the game. And remember, Iowa is without Logan Jones and Rusty Feth, the guys that started last week at center and left guard. Jennings shot that exact gap right there, came through unblocked with a nice tackle to force a field goal situation here for Iowa.
Stevens missed from 47, this one from 32, the Big Ten Special Team Player of the Week. And he drives this one just inside that right upright, and the Hawkeyes strike first, and we have points. Late first half, 3-0 Iowa, 2:50 to go until halftime. Timeout here at Kinnick.
I wish everyone could have a Kyle to give them the same expert advice from the stores while buying online at discounttire.com.
They can. Our Treadwell Tire Guide finds the perfect tire for everyone based on their driving habits.
It's like a Digi-Kyle.
Or just Treadwell.
Cyber Kyle. Robo Kyle. Kyle GPT.
That's pretty good. Get your best match in 1 minute or less with Treadwell.
Let's get you taken care of.
When I was a little girl, that ball and me were just glued. I used to gather up as many soccer balls as I could, and I would shoot for hours upon hours. There was just a dedication and a passion that I had. I wanted to become the best player in the world, and that meant being the best version of myself, because if I was the best version of myself, then ultimately that would help the team. I looked at everything I wasn't good at, and I just worked at it. I sacrificed and dedicated myself for literally every second of my life. And 10, 15 years later, I was named the best player in the world. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't have the work ethic to be able to push through and become better, you're never gonna make it to the top. I'm Carly Lloyd, World Cup champion, Olympic gold medalist, and Rutgers graduate.
Time to answer today's T-Mobile trivia question. Again, the question: Kirk Ferentz has won 193 games as a Big Ten head coach, 4th in conference history. Who are the 3 above him? And how about these names? Woody Hayes, Amos Alonzo Stagg, University of Chicago Maroons, and Bo Schembechler. At 194 to win today for the Hawkeyes, and Kirk Ferentz would tie Michigan great Bo Schembechler with 194 career Big Ten victories.
Isn't that good company, right? Some of the offensive struggles, there's been some noise, if you will, outside the program, but one thing about Coach Kirk Ferentz is he has been the leader for sustained Iowa Hawkeye success. I'll tell you, when we meet with our coaches every week, I wrote it down in my notes yesterday, I learn something every time we sit down with Coach Kirk Ferentz. He's a great leader. He's won a lot of
Number
games here for the
98 has
Hawkeyes.
moved right back to 8. Number 98 for Rutgers has moved back to number 8.
And he fully understands, Kirk Ferentz, what his team's strengths are this season. This team is winning with defense and special teams. And haven't seen Cooper DeJean yet on offense. He had 2 snaps on offense last week, and we asked Kirk Ferentz about that today. He said unlikely. He's just too important to this team on defense and special teams. Haven't seen him yet on offense. Now Rutgers down 3. Wimsatt will throw open. That's caught by Johnny Langan. He'll lower that right shoulder on Harris and pick up a first down. Now the Hawkeyes have been stingy on defense really the last 7 seasons. 16 points allowed per game, tied for second best in FBS with the Clemson Tigers. Just under 311. 311 allowed per game, 6th best in the FBS, and 16 defensive players selected in the last 6 NFL drafts. Monungai can't slip away from Jay Higgins.
Off that, Phil Parker, if you're a fan of college football, should be a national household name. He should be a household name across the landscape of college football. This is the sustained success he's had. It's even more impressive when you consider the context of the struggles of the offense. There's really no margin for error for this Hawkeye defense, and they just do it year in, year out.
Pressure on Wimsatt, backpedals, throws, and that's caught. And speaking of Phil Parker, he was expecting kind of a run-heavy attack today from the Scarlet Knights, and he told us, he said, great, if they want to run, just be prepared to pay the price. With his physical players on defense, it's 3rd down and 4.
He did say that, didn't he? It doesn't sound like a defensive coordinator. You want to run? All right, we'll match you. We'll match you. I know Monungai, I know Rutgers feels the same thing. Shiano wants to play a physical brand of football. These are 2 real physical teams.
There's 1 3rd down conversion for the Scarlet Knights today. Wimsatt dancing in the pocket, long throw, and that's incomplete. Intended for Strong and broken up by Harris. So they're attacking number 27 today. Really not doing much against DeJean or Sebastian Castro, and that time Harris made a good play.
And pre-snap, Quinn Schulte, who was back about 12 yards, what he did is he stepped up underneath that route, making it a more difficult throw. Wimsatt has been hitting those out routes continually. That's been the play they've went to when they've thrown it. Well, Schulte dropped down underneath it, making it an even more challenging throw. But Harris was on that, man. He was tight coverage and was able to break it up anyways.
Appleby. DeJean. No fair catch. And he's swarmed at around the 26-yard line. 1:23 to go until halftime. Iowa 2 timeouts with the ball leading by 3 as we step aside.
Marathon knows that fans are the true co-pilot of any team. Through the good and the bad, you support your team through every season. So for every grill master, all-star athlete, and face paint fixer, know that Marathon is here to keep you and your team fueled on and off the field. Wherever the game takes you, Marathon is by your side because we're driven together.
The early Black Friday sale is here. Take 30% off everything. Save big on your shopping list. Get them a gift they'll really, really love. At Zales.
By Hilton. Big game tomorrow. You guys ready?
Oh, we're ready, Gus.
Which way's our room?
Bring it in. 301, 2 queens, best sleep guaranteed.
So comfy.
Nailed it. 1, 2, 3. Bravo!
Syrup.
They're hungry for the win. Big time.
When you're playing to win, it matters where you stay. Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
At Jersey Mike's, they freshly grill your hot subs right in front of you. You can't get that smell anywhere else unless you have one of these. Don't mind me. Take the sizzle to go.
Okay.
Whoops. I'll pay for those.
Here you go, Danny.
Time to get these smells home. Grill right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above. Ah, that's good sizzle.
Sunday, the Hoosiers hit the hardwood.
It's all Indiana tonight.
For action against Army. Men's Hoops, presented by G. Sunday at 7 Eastern on the Big Ten Network.
Let's take a look at today's big stat brought to you by K. The Hawkeyes' first team since LSU in 1985 to win 7 of their first 9 while averaging fewer than 20 points per game. The Hawkeyes are averaging 18 points per game. Total yards about 225. That's the fewest in a season. That's the pace that they're on by any FBS team. If they finish that way, the fewest of any FBS team this century. Yet 7-2.
I think what's so impressive to me is how this team has stuck together.
Hill throws, that's caught. Estrenga. After a gain of 6, Iowa has 2 timeouts remaining.
I've played on teams where there's a discrepancy between offense and defense, and I experienced some divide within the locker room. That is not the case here for the Hawkeyes.
Rutgers will get the ball first to begin the second half. Hill taking a shot open. Nice throw and catch to Seth Anderson. His 8th reception all year. The sophomore from Sewanee, Georgia, picks up 21.
That's a great job by Deacon Hill. They sent Addison Estrenga out into the flat, and what that did, that hold the cornerback, Robert Longerbeam, underneath, which opened up that corner route back behind him, and an accurate throw by Deacon Hill, and here go the Hawkeyes moving the ball.
The wind at his back. Hill is 7 of 7 passing the ball, and that's on target. Nico Ragaini perfectly throwing another Iowa first down. Coming up, stick around for the Old Trapper halftime report with Dave, Jay, and James. All coming up from our Chicago studios. Speaking of the Hawkeyes, former Hawkeye Big Ant Anthony Herron also with Dave and the guys in our studios in Chicago. Scores and highlights all coming up on the Old Trapper halftime report.
Who had it on their bingo card that Deacon Hill was going to be getting into empty formation and spinning the rock the way he has here in the first half?
Rutgers bringing pressure, and that's too high. No chance for Ragaini that time. Right on cue, Jake. Good call, buddy.
That's on me. I jinxed it. I jinxed it. I'm sorry. When you talk about the weapons, the offense, it's not going to be a top 20 explosive offense, but remember, they lost their quarterback, Cade McNamara. You lose your 2 of the best tight ends in college football, Eric All, Luke Lachey. It's been tough sledding. Those injuries have piled up for the Hawkeye offense. It just makes things really, really hard, but they found their winning formula, and as you mentioned earlier in the drive, 7-2.
And that's dropped. Can't put that on Hill, threw that hard, but Ragaini could not grab it. So it's 3rd down, clock stops at 24 seconds to go until halftime. So the wind at the back of Deacon Hill right now, and he's been better. 8 of 10 this quarter, 81 yards passing.
It's the empty formation that has really it's forced Rutgers into a very basic, conservative, shell-like defense. It's become a clean picture for Deacon Hill, and aside from a few of the throws here on this drive, he's been pretty accurate when they've gotten into empty, and he has a clean picture.
Pressure coming. Hill steps up, throws, and that is caught. And a first down to the 23-yard line by Estrenga. Hawkeyes have 2 timeouts, and they will take 1 here. So a 3rd down throw from Hill to Estrenga. Hawkeyes on the move. We're back in 30 seconds.
Rated M for mature.
We're all here because we're committed to the biggest question of all. What's out there?
Play it on Xbox. Veterans Weekend on the Big Ten Network is presented by the Air Force National Guard.
There's Addison Ostrenga, who just made the big catch on 3rd down. Now, as he walked off the field, he did so slowly. Pretty thin tight end group. Steven Stilianos, he's out today. Jake mentioned all the shade done for the season. And now Ostrenga had to walk off slowly. 17 seconds to go, and a sliding catch made by Caleb Brown. Iowa 1 timeout left. Hawkeyes trying to go fast.
Man, that's a catch. Let's see. Couldn't quite see what happened there.
Larry Smith, Big Ten referee today.
Timeout, Rutgers. Okay. Their second of the half. It'll be 30 seconds in length. Please
so each team has 1 timeout left. 12 seconds to go. Iowa by 3. Back in 30 seconds.
Hey, deal lovers. I'm coming in. Here's something new.
Just because we have good taste doesn't mean we don't like a good value. And in this hut, $7 gets you both.
The all-new $7 deal lovers menu at Pizza Hut. I'm coming in hot.
Because it's only a deal if you love it.
Choose your $7 faves 7 days a week. Only at Pizza Hut. I thought I heard pizza up here.
1 timeout remaining for both teams. 14 seconds to go until halftime. Rutgers will get the ball first to begin the second half. But right now, Brian Ferentz and Deacon Hill chatting towards the Iowa sideline as the Hawkeyes, using Deacon Hill's arm on this drive, have 1st and 10 at the Rutgers 12.
Red zone's for the counterpunch. You know, they've been doing a lot of work underneath. I wonder if they get into a double move down here in the red zone.
Hill looking right, throws dangerously, and it's picked off by Max Melton. His 7th career interception. His eyes were looking that way the entire time, and Melton jumped the route, and Rutgers turns over Iowa late before halftime.
That is a killer decision by Deacon Hill. You see, down in the red zone, Max Melton has no reason to back up. He's just going to squat at the goal line and trigger on any route underneath. That ball's on the left hash, and Deacon's throwing it all the way out to the right side of the field, trying to hit Anderson. That's a long way for the ball to travel, and Max Melton is just sitting there waiting on it, and he's able to make the play. That is a killer decision for Deacon Hill, and a great play by Max Melton to save the day for the Rutgers defense.
Also, I think Greg Schiano, a great timeout taken there before that play. Momentum was on Iowa's side, maybe to give his defense a bit of a break. Call that timeout. The next play, Hill is picked off, and the Hawkeyes cannot add on. It is a 3-0 game at halftime, and Rutgers will get the ball first to begin the second half.
That's a great point, Corey. I mean, it was a little bit shocking, as you mentioned. Iowa only had 1 timeout, and as the clock was winding down, I thought Iowa might be the one to take it. But Schiano recognized his defense was really struggling to get calls in and get lined up. So Schiano, he was the one to use the timeout to get them regrouped, allow them to kind of catch their breath, and that allowed Max Melton to be in perfect position to trigger and get that interception to finish the half.
3-0 Iowa. Let's head downstairs and check in with Brooke Fletcher.
Coach, Deacon Hill was finding a lot of success, showing some confidence there under center until that pick. What's going to be your message to him at halftime?
Well, he's just got to go back to work. You know, we need to eliminate those kind of plays. Left 6 points out there at a minimum, so, you know, it'd be good to get rid of that stuff, but there were some positive signs there.
Gavin Wimsatt is the most mobile quarterback you said that you're probably going to face this year. How do you make of the defense and the way they've been able to keep him in check?
Well, I think our guys are doing a good job. The running back's the #1 thing right now. He's really run the ball tough and making it hard on us. So if we could slow the run game down a little bit, it might help us.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Hi, Brooke. And we thank Coach Ferentz for his time. Really the game we thought this was going to be. Low scoring, 3-0 Hawkeyes at the break here at Kinnick. The Old Trapper halftime show with Dave and the guys is coming up on this Veterans Saturday.
Old Trapper Beefs. Tough snacks.
Out here, nothing comes easy. That's why you gotta be tough. Your truck, it's tough. My crew, definitely tough. But Old Trapper taught me the value of tenderness.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Oh, it's a puppy.
Moderate to severe eczema still disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it disrupts my skin with itch. It disrupts my skin with rash. But now, I can disrupt eczema with Rinvoq. Rinvoq is not a steroid, topical, or injection. It's one pill once a day. Many taking Rinvoq saw clear or almost clear skin, while some saw up to 100% clear skin. And they felt dramatic and fast itch relief, some as early as 2 days. That's Rinvoq Relief.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your doctor about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
JP Morgan Wealth Management knows it's easy to get lost in investment research. Get help with JP Morgan Personal Advisors.
Hey, David, ready to get started?
Work with advisors who create a plan with you and help you find the right investments.
So great getting to know you. Let's take a look at your new investment plan.
Okay, great.
This should have you moving in the right direction.
Thanks, Jen.
Get ongoing advice and manage your investments in the Chase mobile app.
At CDW, we get the importance of clear communication. And when your teams are spread out, that's not always easy. Our experts can help by implementing Poly audio and video solutions to keep you connected. From headsets to collaboration tools, Poly Solutions offers simple setup and eliminate distracting background noise, so the people you're talking to only hear you. To collaborate with quality, trust Poly and IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it.
iPhone 15 Pro for your husband. iPhone 15 Pro.
Carolers, to tell me you want a new iPhone, a better plan's Verizon.
No way they take this wreck.
Yes, they will, and you'll get iPhone 15 Pro and Apple TV 4K and Apple One, all three on them. Do that. We tried to tell him, but he paid us a lot.
It was a lot.
This holiday, turn any iPhone in any condition into a new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium, Apple TV 4K, and 6 months of Apple One. All three on us. It's holiday every day with Verizon.
Welcome in. It's the Old Trapper halftime. Great to have you with us. Dave Refson, James White, Anthony Herron, Jay Lehman. First half in Iowa City, everything we hoped it would be. 3-0 in favor of the Hawkeyes at the break.
Gavin Wimsatt, Deacon Hill, they've thrown the ball already more times than what I expected this week. But I got to give a lot of credit to Iowa's defense. They're getting off blocks, getting a hat on the hat, making it tough on this Rutgers offense, their running game. That's the strength of their team. Kyle Monungai, he's really struggled to get yards out of the contact today.
I wonder what we can anticipate what the second half will look like, but there were some positives to the way Iowa began to throw the football out of those empty formations. We did hear Jake Butt talking about that towards the end of the half. Does Brian Ferentz stick with that? Does Kirk Ferentz allow the offense to continue to be opened up against a defense that has been known to take the football away?
A huge play, though, by Rutgers at the end of the half to keep that just a field goal game. To your point, James, the run defense for Iowa, very stout. This is a run team, remember, that ran for over 200 yards against Ohio State last week. So Phil Parker's D on point as usual.
Yeah, and again, you can laugh a little bit at the score, and I know that's kind of been an ongoing theme. But to your point, Anthony, Iowa does look better offensively. Certainly have more total yards in this game than they had all of last week.
With the offensive line banged up on their 7th-string tight end and all those other
I hear you.
Everybody's got injuries at this point.
Steps.
Easy, though.
Baby steps.
There are some positives. I'm accentuating the positive. 3-0 in favor of the Hawks at the half. As we continue here on the halftime report, the game of the day, going to the Maize and Blue, get you the highlights from State College, plus get you up on the rest of the Big Ten action.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, and I saved hundreds. With the money I saved, I started a dog walking business. I was a bit nervous at first, but then I figured, it's just walking, right? Oh! No, it's just a bunny! Calm down, Taco. Sit. That just... Stop. Sesame, no. Walter, don't! No, You're lucky you're so cute. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
That's the DQ Cheeseburger Lovers Deal. 2 singles for $5 or 2 doubles for $7 for a limited time. So, how is it? Deal this good speaks for itself, I guess. DQ, happy tastes good.
Whoa, the new iPhone 15. With that amazing camera, I wish my family had them.
Zoe, you're an action star. Take action. Join T-Mobile and get 4 new iPhone 15s on them and 4 lines for $25 a line.
With that camera, I'll be sharing pics from the slopes.
You do not want to see yourself skiing.
Yeah, I'm good at skiing. Your stunt woman is.
This holiday at T-Mobile, get 4 new iPhone 15s on us and 4 lines of unlimited for $25 a line.
What do you think of the jacket? You look like a marshmallow.
You should Angie that.
Angie, what?
Angie that. It means connecting with skilled professionals for all your home projects, from repairs to renovations, so you can get the...
One more reason to finally get rid of cable, but getting rid of the cable guy might not be as easy.
Oh, yeah.
Visit DirecTV.com for up to a $400 reward card.
Sunday, Kayleen Smykel leads the Scarlet Knights into a matchup with Auburn. Women's Hoops, Sunday, 5 Eastern, on the Big Ten Network.
A lot can happen on a Saturday. The final drive presented by Auto Owners Insurance recaps it all. Tonight on the Big Ten Network. The Big Ten Men's Soccer Tournament Championship. Sunday on the Big Ten Network.
The Big Ten Network Halftime Report is presented by Old Trapper. What's your beef?
Let's run you through the other action in the Big Ten right now. Northwestern got Ben Bryant back. First time since September their injured QB has played. He's making up for lost time.
He is slinging it.
Henning there, and then another one here to Cam Johnson, Jay.
Dude, he has been on fire. Ben Bryant, the deep ball especially. I don't know who's playing defense for Wisconsin, but they're not doing it very well.
24-3 Northwestern at the half. Elsewhere, Minnesota and Purdue pick it up late in the first quarter. Hudson Card. TJ Sheffield. Nice grab right there.
They're comfortable in the pocket. Hudson Card, one of his better efforts in quite a while.
Card's been great. 8 of 11 throwing the ball and running for the TD as well. Purdue up on the Gophers, 28-20. Okay, games in the books include Nebraska and Maryland. This one was a little ugly from the Huskers' point of view. How about 5 turnovers? They had 3 different quarterbacks play. They all threw an interception. That one from Chubba Purdy gave Maryland a chance, and the Terps took advantage. Jake House with the field goal, and Maryland is bowl-bound.
Big win for them after that 4-game slide.
13-10, they get the win. Illinois and Indiana pick it up in the fourth quarter. Indiana going for 2 to send it into overtime. Brendan Sorsby, E.J. Williams, 42 all, but the legend of John Paddock.
Who else?
I mean, how about 507 passing yards?
Second all-time in Illinois single-game history. Finds Isaiah Williams for the win, 48-45.
Layman's got no patience for
injuries here.
Layman just takes over the Illinois team. He's been designated to read our Illinois highlights. Michigan and Penn State, Donovan Edwards. Longest run of the year for him. Oh, yeah. Someone's celebrating. Michigan on top, 14-3.
Okay, Drew Aller. He can move for his size, man. On his own number.
Nifty.
Curiously went for 2 at that point and did not get it. Down 14-9 at the half. Blake Corum had a huge game. 145 rushing yards, and Michigan wins 24-15. Afterward, Jenny Taft caught up with Sharon Moore.
I want to thank the Lord. I want to thank Coach Harbaugh. Love you, man. Love the out of you, man. This is for you. For this university, the president, our AD. We got the best players, best university, best alumni in the country. Love you guys. These guys right here. These guys right here, man. These guys did it. These guys did it, man. Talk to him, man. Love you.
A lot of emotion, obviously, there from Sharon Moore, and you certainly understand why. Obviously, as you certainly know by now, Jim Harbaugh not coaching in this game after being suspended for the final 3 games of the regular season due to a violation of the sportsmanship policy of the Big Ten. Sharon Moore stepping in, and look, Michigan just dominated this game. At Penn State, there were some questionable decisions, no doubt, but Michigan clearly the better team, as evidenced by the fact they did not throw a pass in the second half.
This is the part of the Michigan offense that I've been waiting to see, the dominating at the line of scrimmage, offensive line controlling it, hat on the hat, backs, running through arm tackles. You're seeing the vision from Donovan Edwards, Blake Corum. Impressive day from them today.
On the line of scrimmage, to be able to do that against that Penn State defense and to be predictable in that manner and to continue to do enough just on the line of scrimmage. All the guys who've been in and out of the lineup up front on that O-line for Michigan, they found a formula that really worked for them to close that game.
Yeah, Penn State has really thrived with pressure on the quarterback. But when you don't throw the football, there's no chance to get pressure on the quarterback and then have to throw it in the second half. They were so physical up front, really took apart that Manny Diaz defense with the run game. That's what I'm looking to see from Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards.
Frustration continues to grow. Meanwhile, in State College, James Franklin now 4-16 against Michigan and Ohio State. He is 50-16 against the rest of the Big Ten, but finds himself third once again in that Big Ten East. We got a tight one going on in Iowa City, and Max Melton keeping it that way. The game's lone takeaway. His team down 3 to the Hawks at the break.
You're such a good listener, Thomas. It makes me feel so special.
You are special. If you don't mind, if you could just...
This makes me feel really special, too, because, Discover's giving me cash back on debit, not just credit.
Actually, Discover gives cash back on debit to everyone.
Everybody?
Everybody, if you could just...
What about Debbie Johns? All those years that I couldn't find my bike, it was in her garage. Like, she gets it.
If she has Discover cashback debit, then yeah.
Introducing Discover Cashback Debit, a checking account.
Piggy bag, all that food for $5, that's my go-to.
Ooh, that's my ride or die.
Just like you and me. Bag boys. Bag boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we bring your food?
You can always bet on Biggie, and now earn free food when ordering on the Wendy's.
Those know same-day delivery means getting what you need, right when you need it. Holiday shopping got easier on affordable decor and more.
Now you can get these all at once, right, Dad?
The holidays got sweeter with same-day delivery. You got this. We got you.
1 in 7 humans live somewhere where they cannot predictably get to where they need to go. When you have the decision to go to school or not, to go see a doctor or not, you will put yourself in harm's way because you think you can cross. But today the river's just a little bit higher. A bridge is the difference between opportunity and being left behind. Bridges to Prosperity is a nonprofit organization that works around the world helping governments and communities build physical bridges that connect the most rural populations. That first bridge that we built in Yavina, Peru, we found they actually came up to the same level of wealth, health, and education as the rest of the community. So they no longer were living on the wrong side of the river. Engineers are being given this huge opportunity to step into the future and imagine something that doesn't yet exist. We are solving the world's biggest problems. That in its own right is pretty trailblazing. I'm Avery Bang, humanitarian and University of Iowa grad.
The Big Ten Network Halftime Report is presented by Old Trapper. What's your beef?
LeSean Williams and the Hawkeyes on top of Rutgers 3-0, trying to stay atop the Big Ten West. Second half ahead from Iowa City.
Marathon knows that fans are the true co-pilot of any team. Through the good and the bad, you support your team through every season. So for every grill master, all-star athlete, and face paint fixer, know that Marathon is here to keep you and your team fueled on and off the field. Wherever the game takes you, Marathon is by your side because we're driven together.
It's only paint. It's only paint that comes in an award-winning twist and pour container. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only easy opening, smooth pouring, change your life paint.
So it's going to come down to this. Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute. There's a flag on the play.
Welcome to Hampton by Hilton. Big game tomorrow. You guys ready?
Oh, we're ready, Gus.
Which way's our room?
Bring it in. 301, 2 queens, best sleep guaranteed.
So comfy.
Nailed it. 1, 2, 3.
Syrup.
They're hungry for the win. Big time.
When you're playing to win, it matters where you stay. Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
Experience the joy of gifting at Jared.
Half. 1 and 2. 2 and 4. Half of Black Americans don't have enough savings to retire. So let's retire inequality. Let's step forward together and let's rise together because dignity, security, retirement is for all.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, hit me up with my homies, and we do it all again.
Welcome back to Iowa City at the half. Hawkeyes 3, Rutgers nothing, as the Scarlet Knights will get the ball first to begin the second half. This is game 2 of our doubleheader today. Game 1 went to overtime, 93 combined points. Illinois, Indiana, more than 1,100 yards of combined offense. Not so much the case here. In game 2, 3 combined points, sub 300 yards of total offense between these two teams today. Yet Kirk Ferentz and the Hawkeyes seeking win number 8. Lead 3-0 as we are moments away from the start of the second half.
That's the duality of man. You get to see the two crazy extremes, and on any given Saturday or Sunday, the games fall somewhere in between those two.
Sean Rochelle awaits the kick from Stevens. 4th all-time meeting. Rutgers and Iowa. Rutgers has never defeated the Hawkeyes in program history, and no return from Rochelle, and the Scarlet Knights have it from the 25. Welcome back to the booth with Jake Butt. I'm Corey Provis. 3-0 the first half. I think we thought we would see here tonight, right?
Yeah, it's a back and forth game. I think what we didn't think we would see is Deacon Hill dicing up the Rutgers defense as he did to start the game, and a lot of it came out of an empty formation. Early in this game, Brian Ferentz just put Deacon Hill in empty, no one in the backfield. And that forced this Rutgers defense in a little bit of vanilla looks, easy, predictable looks. But here is the killer. As good as Deacon Hill was in that first half, this was the thing that ended it. Really should have never made that throw at all. That's one he certainly wants to have back, and that cost Iowa's offense some points. A great play by Max Melton.
Nice catch here by Ian Strong on a first down pass and catch. Let's check in downstairs with Brooke Fletcher.
Got to keep the poise in the noise. That's what Greg Schiano told me that he needs to see from his offense. He said, listen, we're playing a really good Iowa team here and in a crazy environment. So they had 5 penalties in the first half. He said, listen, we got to clean those up, but just keep chipping away. I'm proud of what I'm seeing from this offense. We're not giving up. We're going to make a breakthrough in the second half.
And the motto of this program, keep chopping. Only down 3.
Like Iowa's going to bring big-time pressure here and leave everyone one-on-one out in the slot.
Monungai out near and across the 40, picks up 5. Monungai averaged just over 3 yards per carry in the first half. The Big Ten's leading rusher.
just something to note here. Monungai is an extremely physical runner, and why that's important is you're making deposits in the first half that he draws on in the second half. He's one of those running backs that gets better as the game goes on.
It's Monungai again. This time he is wrapped up by Logan Lee. His 37th consecutive start. The senior from Orion, Illinois, made the tackle. It's 3rd and 4.
We asked Kirk Ferentz, who stepped up with Noah Shannon out, and immediately he said Logan Lee. He said his guy that's been ascending for a few years now alongside Wyatt Black, 2 guys there in the interior part of the defensive line that have stepped up in Noah Shannon's absence.
On 3rd down, it's Aaron Young. And that extra spin's going to be enough for the 1st down. First carry for Aaron Young, the senior from Coatesville, Pennsylvania, picks up 4. Another Rutgers 1st down.
We say that early in the game, right? It's in a game where it's going to be tight, not very high scoring. They're going to lean on the running game, both teams. It's that extra oomph right at the point of attack. Do you fall forward or fall backwards? That could be the difference over the course of this 4-quarter football game.
Young had no carries last week, was used on 3rd down. That time got the ball and extends the chains. Wimsitt will throw wide open. That's caught. It's Strong. And he is inside the Iowa 47-yard line. And it's 2nd down. Later tonight, Wisconsin and Penn State meet in a top 20 primetime volleyball showdown. Coverage begins at 8 Eastern, powered by Unleaded 88, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Ian Strong has taken on a bigger role here tonight. Remember, Jaquay Jackson, he got knocked out early. Wide receiver for Rutgers with an injury. Monungai tries the middle. Higgins, Castro, Jackson all say no.
Sebastian Castro coming off the edge because Johnny Langan, the tight end, did a good job of sealing that and opening up a cutback lane for Monungai. But coming off the bottom of your screen, watch 29 right there. Sebastian Castro. Maybe no one's taken a bigger stride defensively than him. Kind of the modern safety, the Swiss Army knife, does a little bit of everything.
This is where Rutgers on 3rd and short has hurt themselves with penalties. It's Monungai. He slipped and then was dragged back. He did not get it. There's Sebastian Castro making the hit, no gain. 4th down, ball inside the Iowa 47-yard line. Let's see if Shiano's going to go for it here.
Same exact play too. Sebastian Castro both times coming off the edge. Look at 29 there, right in your middle of your screen, unblocked. You might want to block that guy, but they tried to hold him with the read option with Wimsitt. Castro not fooled.
It's inside the 45 on 4th and 1. Movement, and it happens again.
False start. Offense. Number 21. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
And the crowd here, the sold-out crowd at Kinnick, has made a big impact here tonight. Another false start. How about the 5th pre-snap penalty on Greg Schiano's team here tonight? So instead of going for it on 4th and 1 at least lining up for it, now the Scarlet Knights will punt.
Huge penalty there. And the crowd has showed up. They've done their part. This is one of the best environments in the conference in college football. It's one of my favorite places to play on the road because this crowd is engaged and loud.
Eugene, fair catch. And around the 13-yard line. So Rutgers had momentum, but penalties force a punt. 3-0 Iowa ball when we come back.
This is Fubo TV. It's a better way to watch live news, shows, and sports without cable. Watch multiple games at once with Multiview. Try free at FuboTV.com.
This holiday season, give your family the gift that keeps on going.
Her very own Energizer Bunny?
Energizer Ultimate Lithium. The #1 longest lasting AA battery.
Cracked windshield on your new car? Bring it to Safelight. My customer was enjoying her new car when her windshield cracked.
My car.
She didn't take it to the dealer. She scheduled with Safelight. We have the latest technology for the newest vehicles. And we do more replacements and recalibrations than anyone else.
Thank you so much.
Don't wait. Schedule now.
Safelight Repair, Safelight Replace.
The fall holiday is here, and IHOP has the cooking covered, and the plating covered, and the serving covered, and even the kids' meals are covered. You can pour your own coffee if you want, though. New turkey meals at IHOP, and kids eat free for a limited time.
The best part about being a farmer is you get to play around on big toys. When I think of Fendt, I think of quality, innovation, technology. Nothing really puts the stamp on a country song like talking about your tractor.
Out of all the candidates, only one candidate is a veteran serving our country in wartime. Only one built the strongest economy in America. Only one slashed public debt. Only one fires rogue prosecutors, keeping neighborhoods safe. Only one candidate turned a swing state bright red, proving he can fight the big fights and win. There's only one candidate for us, and it's Ron DeSantis. Never Back Down Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Give me a moment. Okay, here is what I found.
Welcome to Iowa, the university for writing and communication. From best-selling authors to Oscar and Emmy-winning screenwriters, directors, producers, and editors.
The Oscar goes to.
Sorry to rush you. There's a lot to cover. Home of the best tradition in college sports, where you can change lives or change the game entirely. This is Iowa.
Celebrating Fansville, brought to you by Dr. Pepper. It's not college football season without the delicious taste of an ice cold Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve. Veterans Day from Iowa City, sold out crowd. Over 60,000 strong. And we thank and honor all of our troops. From the 14-yard line, LeSean Williams Jr. Near a first down, picked up 9. Tackled by Shaquan Loyal.
Rutgers brought a corner blitz there, and what that did, you see all the Rutgers defensive linemen moving to the left because they had an extra defender for contain. Well, as they're running laterally, Iowa's offensive line did a good job of picking that up and washing them down, which created a nice hole for Iowa to run right up through.
Williams now over 60 yards rushing. As Patterson now checks in, and Patterson picks up the first down after a gain of 3. The wild, wild west. Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin. Badgers and Gophers meet. End of the season, the Axe in Minneapolis. But Iowa now with the others losing. And that was all last week. And Wisconsin's losing right now to Northwestern. The path is there. The Hawkeyes control their own destiny to win the West and play in Indy the second time in 3 years. Minnesota's losing right now at Purdue. Hill drops back, taking a chance. Deep ball down the field and overthrows Caleb Brown.
Well, why not try? I mean, this is just a big go ball to Caleb Brown. Remember, he was committed to Ohio State, and what we know about Ohio State is they recruit and develop wide receivers as well as anyone. Found his way back through the portal here to Iowa, and he's showed up. He's been a part of that passing game in the first half, and Deacon Hill probably having the best game of his season so far. Just didn't connect with him there to Caleb Brown.
There's Caleb Johnson with his second carry. Johnson did not carry the ball once against Northwestern last week. Picked up 1. It'll be third down and long.
And I don't mind the shot. I actually like it. Why not take a shot occasionally? But you know, there is risk and reward to everything. What happens is when you miss on that shot, you get no yardage on first down. Then if you get stuffed like Iowa did there on second down, now you're in a 3rd and 9 situation. And here comes Iowa once again in that empty formation. Rutgers played shell coverage in the first half. I'll be interested to see what Joe Harasimiak, the defensive coordinator for Rutgers, does here to switch up the looks.
Hawkeyes have been good on 3rd down tonight. Hasn't been a strength this season. Pressure coming from Bailey. Hill rolls and throws and out of bounds. And his 4th down was looking for Ragaini.
And that right there is the difference. What Rutgers did often in the first half was just a quick check. So they would rush 4 and drop and play conservative zone coverage. That times Joe Harasimiak put 5 on the line and ran a little bit of TE games, stayed in man coverage there. Of course, you saw Deacon Hill get flushed from the pocket and forced an errant throw. And here comes Torrey Taylor.
Harasimiak, his 2nd year, joined Rutgers after being part of PJ Fleck's staff in Minnesota. And a fair catch from Dremel at the 26 after a 48-yard punt from the midseason All-American, the great Torrey Taylor. Pressure came, but Taylor, that right leg. Rogers got close, but still 3-0.
$20. I can name all 26 beat-up sauces.
Tim just found out his job is a pyramid scheme.
Oh, okay.
Would hearing about the sauces cheer you up?
Mango habanero, Nashville hot, salmon jalapeno, mild, wild, medium.
Don't holiday the average way. Get buck naked and gift the most comfortable underwear there is. Only at Duluth Trading.
iPhone 15 Pro for your husband. iPhone 15 Pro.
Carolers, to tell me you want a new iPhone, a better plan's Verizon.
No, wait, they take this Rick.
Yes, they will, and you'll get iPhone 15 Pro and Apple TV 4K and Apple One, all 3 on them. Do that. We tried to tell him, but he paid us a lot.
It was a lot.
This holiday, turn any iPhone in any condition into a new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium, Apple TV 4K, and 6 months of Apple One. All 3 on us. It's holiday every day with Verizon.
Sunday, the Hoosiers hit the hardwood.
It's all Indiana tonight
For action against Army. Men's Hoops, presented by Jeep. Sunday at 7 Eastern on the Big Ten Network.
Teamwork, it inspires us on and off the field. And here in Big Ten country, where we battle for titles and trophies, when it comes to fighting cancer, we're on the same team. Our playbook, uncover new ideas and discoveries to enable new cancer treatments. Our Big Ten rivals are teaming up to fight cancer together. The Big Ten Cancer Research Consortium, providing more wins, more memories, more hope.
Thousands of non-televised live events. Next day on-demand game replays. Multiview to watch up to 4 games at once. And your favorite school 24/7 channel. There's no plus like home. Download Big Ten Plus and subscribe today.
The final drive, presented by Auto Owners Insurance, recaps the entire day around the conference. That's tonight at 10:30 Eastern, right here on the Big Ten Network. Here is tonight's Air Force veteran, brought to you by the Air National Guard. Major Bruce Lawrence was a 2-time letter winner for the Scarlet Knights in the mid-1960s, playing both guard and linebacker. Sadly, Major Lawrence was killed in 1968 when his aircraft was shot down in North Vietnam. His remains were recovered in 2011, and 43 years after he was lost. A year later, his family was on hand in Piscataway for a wonderful dedication ceremony. And we honor and remember Major Bruce Lawrence on Veterans Day. Samuel Brown, a gain of 5. Here's the toss to Brown, trying to cut back. And he's brought down from behind. Logan Lee got there. Ethan Herkett, he got there as well. And it's 3rd down.
We haven't seen Wimsatt run the ball organically all too much this game. He's had a couple pole read, but it's always been handoffs for the most part. At some point, you know, they need to do something to stress this Hawkeye defense. That could come from the quarterback run.
Wimsatt in the pocket, dangerously thrown incomplete. Trying to fit that into a tight window, was looking for Dremel.
Jay Higgins read his eyes all the way. Wimsatt kind of stared that one down to Dremel in the slot. Didn't do anything to hold Jay Higgins in the middle of the defense. Show you right there. So there's 34 Higgins. And you see he just comes off that. It's zone coverage, so he comes off his man. Actually, it was Castro that got a hand on it, but Higgins there right in the area.
Applebee's been busy all night. With the wind at his back. DeJean angling back and a fair catch. Near the 20. A 46-yard punt. Hawkeyes ball by 3 when we come back.
Whoa, the new iPhone 15. With that amazing camera, I wish my family had them. Zoe, you're an action star. Take action. Join T-Mobile and get 4 new iPhone 15s on them and 4 lines for $25 a line. With that camera, I'll be sharing pics from the slopes. You do not want to see yourself skiing. Yeah, I'm good at skiing. Your stunt woman is.
This holiday at T-Mobile, get 4 new iPhone 15s on us and 4 lines of unlimited for $25 a line.
What do you think of the jacket? You look like a marshmallow.
This holiday, when you give love, you can't go wrong. With Zales jewelry that's made to love and made to last. Love real. Zales.
We want a trimmed tree and an unfractured coccyx. Sadly, we can't have it all, except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips.
DirecTV Sports Central brings your game stats and scores together, and now you can get it without a satellite. One more reason to finally get rid of cable. But getting rid of the cable guy might not be as easy.
Oh, yeah.
Visit DirecTV.com for up to a $400 reward card.
One Red Baron, fully loaded, hands-on style. Hold on, partner.
That there pizza's big enough for the both of us.
Sure is. But this town ain't.
Liberals have a plan to make Puerto Rico a state, adding 2 Democrats to the Senate. And Ron DeSantis sided with the Liberals' power play. DeSantis actually sponsored the bill to make Puerto Rico a state. With more power, liberals can pack the courts, pass more reckless spending, ban guns, and give amnesty to illegal aliens. DeSantis sided with the liberals and sold out Iowa conservatives. Ron DeSantis is just plain wrong.
Night volleyball. Big swing. Wisconsin and Penn State square off in a top 20 primetime showdown. Saturday Night Volleyball, powered by Unleaded 88. Tonight, only on the Big Ten Network.
6:22 to go in the third, still 3-0 Iowa. Next Saturday, Marvin Harrison Jr. and #1 Ohio State will take on the Gophers at the Shoe. Minnesota, Ohio State only on the Big Ten Network. And the Fox Sports app. Buckeyes Spartans play tonight. And that game will take place at 4 Eastern next week. Minnesota and Ohio State from Columbus will be there for that.
Cannot wait, man. We are coming down the stretch of the season. Iowa a chance today to take command of the West. Rutgers still in this game. Can they get to 7 wins?
Hill will throw over the middle and wide open. That's caught to the 25-yard line. Zach Ortworth, the freshman from St. Louis, 54 yards.
Watch your fullback, Addison Estrenga, come running out of the field. And then what you have is you got number 48 sneaking right behind the linebackers off of play action. A great job by Zach there to just get behind the defense, and Deacon Hill hits him accurately to get him down into plus territory.
First play of 25 yards or more for the Hawkeyes today. And now they go backwards. Ragaini with a loss.
There's a lot going on, Corey, on that last play. You know, what happens is when you run routes out of the backfield, that stresses the defense. So they sent Addison Estrenga almost on like kind of a little wheel route. So once he comes out of the backfield and you got a heavy play action, Jazz gets just enough. You see right there, Deion Jennings is confused on which direction to go. The direction he needed to be was backwards, but he wasn't in place.
A 54-yard strike, the longest of his career, and now throws quickly, but that's caught. Estrenga was met immediately by Toure. Back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be third down at about 10 with under 5 to go in the quarter.
Zach Ortworth, number 48. It's just opportunity, right? Eric All goes down. Luke Lachey goes down. You're without Stylianos. Addison Estrenga got beat up in the first half. I guess the one thing we know about Iowa is they got tight ends on the roster, man. Never doubt that.
Always have.
Here's look at Rutgers in a pressure look here, different than the first half versus empty.
Hill steps up in the pocket, throws high, incomplete. Was looking for Anderson, no flag, and it's fourth down. And look at Hill, he's kind of grabbing at his right hand there a little bit.
As he followed through, his hand connected. I don't know if it was another hand or a helmet. And I was saying it's a good job by Deacon Hill this week of kind of staying present in the pocket. He's had some clean pockets, so watch him step up right here. And yeah, just Aaron Lewis is getting his hand in there to try to disrupt it. Deacon clearly made contact. The pocket has been clean for him today.
From 43, that one moving around a little bit, but it is good. So the Big Ten Special Teams Player of the Week at the game winner last week against Northwestern. His second made field goal tonight. 6-0, Iowa adds on. We'll keep an eye on Deacon Hill, but right now it's a 6-point Iowa lead.
Introducing the Helix NJ, the Health and Life Science Exchange, a new innovation district located at the heart of the Northeast Corridor, providing industries, universities, and entrepreneurs the critical ecosystem needed to turn great ideas into breakthrough realities. The Helix NJ, where ideas come to life.
If you're blazing a trail, it's not for yourself. I can take what I have, my abilities, my experiences, my privileges, and I can help blaze a trail so others can blaze theirs. It gives me a great deal of satisfaction to understand that I have made the world a little bit more fair, given people a chance to compete and a chance to succeed. The Rutgers Future Scholars Program brings in 225 eighth graders a year and mentors them through high school. And if they're academically qualified, they go to Rutgers for free. And we've put thousands of kids through that program. And I was able, in a small way, to help this giant university with over a 200-year history to make progress. It's an awesome feeling. It really is. I'm Luke Visconti, diversity champion and Rutgers graduate.
Let's take a look at our scoring drive brought to you by GMC. 5 plays, 54 yards. The chunk of that drive came on the hit to Ortworth, but Stevens, a 43-yard field goal, 6-0 Iowa. Read Brian Ferentz's lips there talking with Deacon Hill, said, "Are you all right?" And Hill gave his OC a nod.
Even with this being a one-possession game, when we talked to linebacker Nick Jackson yesterday, he felt like perfection was the standard. Of course, he always falls short. He told us as long as the offense can get any type of points on the board, he feels this Hawkeye team can leave with the victory.
Rutgers rarely returns kicks, and they will not do so here. They'll start from the 25.
All right, let's go back to that big play to Zach Ortworth. And free snap, Rutgers is in a good defense, but you have Addison Estrenga, the tight end, running down the seam.
Number 98.
And then this shallow route holds a linebacker, so Ortworth can kind of sneak. Watch the corner and the safety go with that wheel route. And then here comes the shallow to hold the linebackers underneath. Everyone said, wait a second, who's Ortworth? He wasn't on the depth chart last week. Well, you better know him now. Always know where Iowa's got their tight ends because they are happy to throw them the football, and a great job by Ortworth to get his team in scoring position so they can capitalize with a field goal.
First catch of his career, but now Rutgers down 6 from the 25. Wimsatt in trouble, ball came out, he got it back. And he's dropped for a loss back at the 18-yard line.
That was Joe Evans off the edge, and kind of reminiscent of what he did last week for First Northwestern, and he beats the tackle, Reggie Sutton. There comes Kyle Monungai for help. It didn't matter if there was 2 guys on him because Joe Evans gets around and reaches that big, long arm and that big paw out to make Wimsatt feel uncomfortable in the pocket.
Castro coming on a blitz. Wimsatt steps up and will throw that one away. Now Rutgers offensively today yet to score, and it's been a lot of Flint Appleby.
And 3rd and 17 here. You know, this isn't exactly favorable. If I'm Kirk Shiraka, the play caller, I really don't want to test the back end of this Hawkeye defense and potentially risk a turnover. I might expect a draw or a screen right here for Rutgers offense.
Scarlet Knights had 78 yards of offense in the first quarter. Since then, only 59 combined. More pressure. Higgins-Jackson coming out of blitz. Low throw incomplete. Dremel, the intended target, but Quinn Schulte was there defensively, and it's 4th down.
I tell you, it's a dangerous game testing Iowa's secondary, right? Quinn Schulte was able to get his hand on that football, and you know, oftentimes when the Hawkeyes back end is in that position, they come down with an interception. Schulte was on that out route by Christian Dremel. He saw it coming, he triggered on it, and he was able to break it up.
Mentioned Appleby's been busy. 218 yards worth of punts compared to the total offense today, and that one might have been partially tipped. It does bounce, though, back inside Hawkeye territory to the 46-yard line. So good field position after a 36-yard punt. Iowa ball, but first we step out for 15 seconds.
That's the DQ Cheeseburger Lovers Deal. 2 singles for $5 or 2 doubles for $7 for a limited time. So, how is it? Deal this good speaks for itself, I guess. DQ, happy tastes good.
Well, Deacon Hill, good to go, was favoring his right hand before the field goal from Stevens. Hawkeyes set up with great field position. Eshawn Williams Jr. with the carry, but the Scarlet Knights swarm from behind, a gain of close to 2. Let's take a look at our quarterback comparison tonight, presented by Unleaded 88.
Yes, the difference in this game is the play of the quarterbacks. Deacon Hill really playing one of the best games of his season, of his young career. The one thing that kills you right there is that interception going right into half, a chance for Iowa to at least get a field goal, and made a bad decision that ended up in an interception from Max Melton.
Now the boot from Hill. He'll check it underneath. Estrenga. He'll work his way to the Scarlet Knights 46-yard line, setting up 3rd down and short.
And these boot actions, these naked actions, this is a huge part of the Iowa offense. Brian Ferentz said he just wants to simplify things for Deacon Hill. Don't get him thinking too much. Make sure he's confident in the pocket. That's where those play action plays come in handy. And in this situation, Iowa's leaned towards the quarterback sneak heavily throughout the game.
Hayden Large is the fullback out of the eye. It's Patterson, and the freshman has the 1st down.
He's come a long way. That's how Jazian Patterson described Deacon. You guys were just talking about him and the progress he's made since taking over the starting role. He said, listen, on the outside, people may not notice, but his teammates see the work he's putting in, day out. He's prepared, makes an effort to over-communicate with his teammates. Now, Jazian said it's just about finding that confidence. And when he gets that, everything else will take off, guys.
All right, Brooke, thank you. First down, Iowa. There's Caleb Johnson hoping for some blocking, and he'll pick up about 2.
That's a great point by Brooke. You know, in our meeting with Jazian Patterson yesterday, when we asked him about Deacon Hill, and that was his response and kind of what it hinted at. We also asked him about the culture of this team, and he said, listen, we don't listen to any noise outside of these walls. This is a brotherhood. This is a family. They don't care what anyone says. They believe in Deacon Hill. He certainly said there's room for improvement. But what Jazian Patterson in his locker room like is he's willing to try.
Quick hit to Ragaini. Ragaini with the first down inside the 30-yard line. Under a minute to play in the quarter. First down, Iowa. Later tonight, number 2 Wisconsin squares off against number 19 Penn State. Primetime volleyball powered by Leaded 88 tonight at 8 Eastern, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Robert Longerbeam, injured Scarlet Knight, junior corner. And while the training staff looks at him, we'll step out for 30 seconds.
There he is. It's right there. Oh, he's straight ahead. He's straight ahead. Go, go, go.
Cover more ground in the Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid. Kia, movement that inspires.
The Big Ten Men's Soccer Tournament Championship, Sunday on the Big Ten Network.
Robert Longerbeam, the injured Scarlet Knight, helped to his feet, and he'll take his time to get back towards his own sideline.
So watch this. Watch the right guard and the right tackle here, Connor Colby and Jennings Dunker. As they come out, they link up with Addison Estranga, the tight end. There you see number 7. And really, that's about 1,000 pounds coming at you full speed. Estranga with the pancake block, but it's good to see Robert Longerbeam up and walking off under his own power.
And helping to make the tackle on that was Michael Flip Dixon for the Scarlet Knights. Remember, he got nicked up a bit in the first half. Greg Schiano on the Scarlet Knights, down 6, late third quarter, and the Hawkeyes on the move. Eric Rogers comes in with Longerbeam out. Transfer from Northern Illinois. Where's number 0? 6th play of the drive. Hill off play action. And that was caught by Patterson. A gain of 2. He mentioned Patterson, Jake, and the word family, and that's a big part of who this young man is. He's 19 years old. He's the youngest of 16. 16. 8 brothers, 8 sisters. He's 19. His oldest sibling is 41, his brother AC. And here's a young man that told us yesterday he likes to run hard and bring pain. Redshirt freshman. And the Hawkeyes by 6, 3 in the books, out of the 4th here at Kinnick.
The new Barbecue Ranch Chicken Crunch from Jimmy John's is here with house-made barbecue ranch sauce, all-natural chicken, and crispy tortilla strips. All that sauciness comes as a sandwich or wrap. Sandwich or wrap. Sandwich or wrap! For a limited time at Jimmy John's. As a sandwich or wrap!
It's only paint. It's only paint that comes in an award-winning twist and pour container. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only easy opening, smooth pouring, change your life paint.
Singing is my career and my calling, but I'm also a mother of 4.
And as entrepreneurs, we weigh the cost of every decision.
Medical bills are no longer a worry for our family, so I can focus on my calling.
And our family.
Joining Christian Healthcare Ministries was one of the best decisions we ever made. We're the Blair family, And this is our CHM story.
Choose your doctor without network restrictions, all at an affordable price. Enroll anytime at chministries.org/enroll.
Say you're looking for the perfect present. You might try looking at the perfect place. A place with gifts that light up a face as well as a room, where it's easy to find the brands they'll love and the advice you trust. That place isn't a warehouse store. That place is your local Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed. This Christmas, get free assembly and delivery on your new grill at Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Geico makes car insurance easy.
Say when.
As easy as loving Parmesan.
Say when. Say when. Say when. When.
Fresh ground pepper?
Oh, yes, please.
With 24/7 emergency roadside service, it's easy to Geico.
Oh, can we get a box?
Of course.
Details make the holidays. During the Genesis Signature event, get a $1,000 bonus on select Genesis vehicles. Exclusively at your local Genesis retailers.
Football on the Big Ten Network is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance, simple human sense. By Discover, the official credit card of the Big Ten Conference. And by K, celebrate every moment with K. The lights are on here at Kinnick. Renamed after the great Niall Kinnick, former Navy pilot, veteran who died in 1943, Heisman Trophy winner, renamed Kinnick in his honor in 1972. Off play action, it's Hill, rolling, throwing, on target, finds Ragaini.
Look, let's give credit to Brian Ferentz. He has done a great job of scheming routes and receivers open, making the picture very clean for Deacon Hill. As he came off that boot action, he had a couple options. Addison Ostrenga was completely uncovered into the flat. Deacon Hill decided to go to his guy, number 89, Regaini. But you have to credit Brian Ferentz for the way he's called this game today and simplified things for Deacon Hill. He's doing a great job of putting this offense in advantageous positions.
Johnson, the tailback to his right. Here is Caleb Johnson. Inside the 5 at second down and goal.
So the number one thing right here, yes, you want to score a touchdown, but the number one thing with the way your defense has played today is you have to avoid a turnover. Remember, down here is where they had the turnover going into the half. But if you can kick a field goal, make this a 2-score game, a 9-point game, you feel great about the way your defense is playing. Of course, they're going to try to punch it in for a touchdown.
And a timeout.
Timeout. Iowa.
Taken by Iowa. Second and goal for the Hawkeyes when we come back.
That's why I love bourbon barbecue wings.
Wow.
That was something.
You didn't like it.
No.
I mean, I used to sing on cruises.
What made you stop?
The cruises. Bourbon barbecue wings.
Lowe's knows Black Friday savings should be more than just one day. That's why we're giving you Black Friday deals every day, where you can find the best value all November long. Shop now and save big, in-store or online.
Let's go.
Everything they've tasted until now was just practice for this.
Oh my goodness gracious.
These are the 2 sauces, sweet and spicy jam, and the mambo.
Look how that thing drizzle on there.
The way it's glistening, stop. Oh my.
Sweet and spicy jam and mambo sauce are on the McDonald's menu for a limited time.
Oh my goodness.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
How's the succession plan going?
Smooth, thanks to you. Dad ran a pretty tight ship.
And taught us to do the same. Best thing he did was bring Old National on board.
I'm just glad I could be there for your dad, and now for you guys.
There is so much I want to ask him right now, but I know that's not possible.
He's playing 18 today.
Yeah, he's teeing off right now, actually.
Boom.
Old National Wealth Management, where relationships and results matter. Old National. Get old.
Friday, stream men's hoops live on Big Ten Plus when the Hawkeyes host Arkansas State. There's no plus like home. Download Big Ten Plus and subscribe today. Speaking of Iowa, the men's basketball team during the wave earlier, Fran McCaffrey was at the top floor of the Stead Family Children's Hospital next door to Kinnick. He was up there today with Patrick McCaffrey, Tony Perkins, Pate Sanford, other members of the Hawkeyes men's basketball team. Nice gesture by Fran and the guys earlier today. Second and goal. Patterson cuts back. Patterson spinning towards the goal line. Touchdown, Iowa. Second rushing score for the redshirt freshman from Pompano Beach, Florida.
Let's take a look at this and make sure he did get across the line. It's going to be close. Doesn't look down from that angle. It looks like he was on top of a Rutgers defender and was able to stretch the ball back up over his head. But a little patience here.
The ruling on the field of a touchdown is under further review.
So Patterson, for now, ruled in the end zone. And let's head out to Los Angeles and bring in our rules expert, Dean Blandino. And Dean, we're seeing if number 9 was down or if he was able to find his own end zone.
Exactly. So what we're looking for is a body part other than a hand or a foot that's going to touch the ground. Then at that point, we need to find the football in relation to the goal line. He appears to be on bodies, on the defender. He's going to extend the football, look at this shot to look at the body part. You go to that goal line shot to see where the ball is in relation to the goal line. In the replay booth, they can piece these angles together. They're synced,
video review, the ruling on the field
and this
is
should
confirmed.
stand.
Touchdown.
Even confirmed, Dean. Thank you for the insight. And it looked like he was on the body of defensive lineman Jordan Thompson, number 14. So Patterson with his second score of his Iowa career. And the Hawkeyes up the lead now, lead 12-0, and likely going for 2, and they will go for 2 here.
Going back to that touchdown, it was a great job by Jennings Dunker, Connor Colby, Tyler Ellsbury. The right side of that offensive line was able to get hip to hip on their double teams and generate movement.
Hill searching, throws, and it's caught. 2-point try is good by Caleb Brown. Hill had time, credit the offensive line for giving Hill that pocket to find Brown. And for now, the 2-point try is good. He's got it. He's got it. Knee down. Oh.
Shin
Ruling on the field that the extra point was good is under further review.
Well, Dean Blandino had about a 30-second break. Let's bring in Dean from L.A. So, Dean, again, the ruling on the field for now is that he was in the end zone, but do we see part of that shin knee down here before that line, before that ball reaches the goal line?
That's the key. We're looking at that left shin. Does that left shin hit the ground? And then where is the ball in relation to the goal line at that point? It's really close. You have to look at this shot. If the shin is down now, the ball is clearly short. I'm just not sure if the shin actually just touches the ground or he's able to keep it up off the ground. Right there certainly appears to be down. And again, they can piece these angles together. They're in sync. And again, it looks like that shin is down at that point. The ball does appear to be short.
Dean, the hard thing is with the cleats, you have the advantage of the turf coming up, right? So you can see the turf, but with the shin, you don't get the advantage of seeing that turf bounce.
Exactly right. Look, I think he's short. I would not be shocked if this stands. That's how close these plays are.
Here's the call from Larry Smith.
After video review, it's been determined that the runner's shin was down with the ball short of the goal line. Therefore, the two-point conversion is no good.
So, Dean, you agree with that after looking at all the different angles that they were able to piece that together and find him short?
I do, because again, they have
Rutgers
the
has
ability
number
to freeze
8
these
for number
angles,
90.
piece them together, and obviously they felt there was enough to change it.
All right, Dean, thank you. So it's a 12-0 game early on here in the fourth quarter. Patterson the touchdown run, but Brown deemed down, unable to add to an 8-play 50-yard drive.
Hey, Corey, I want to take a second to recognize Brian Ferentz. He has called a phenomenal game today. He's put Deacon Hill in excellent position. That drive doing a good job of scheming it up, presenting easy, clean pictures for his quarterback. Certainly has taken his fair share of criticism, but there is no denying when you go back and turn on this tape, Brian Ferentz has called an excellent game, putting his offense in position to succeed against the top 10 defense in Rutgers. This is one of the best defenses in college football, and Brian Ferentz has done a great job schematically getting his guys in an advantageous position, getting his young quarterback Deacon Hill clean, easy pictures to capitalize on.
And a fair catch for Rochelle. Well, next Saturday, #1 Ohio State hosts Minnesota. Michigan State takes on Indiana, and Purdue faces Northwestern. It all starts with Big Ten Tailgate next Saturday only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Northwestern right now is having its way at Wisconsin. Wildcats win that game. That would give them 5, and on the cusp of a bowl game. And for David Braun and what that program has gone through, what an achievement that would be if Northwestern can somehow get to 6 wins.
It is remarkable. One of the better stories in the conference. You know, he told us back at the Big Ten media days this team was going to fight. They were going to stay together. Now, a lot of coaches say that, but his team and his staff have proved that that's the identity they've adopted for this whole season.
Wimsatt, time over the middle, throws high, incomplete. Was looking for Isaiah Washington. Harazan DeJean in pursuit. It's second down.
He had him, as you see right there in the middle of your screen. Ooh, Isaiah Washington, he was able to create some separation there on Cooper DeJean, which is very, very rare. Wimsatt, this is kind of where he's at as a quarterback. He'll make some really nice throws, as we saw at times in the first half, but then he'll just occasionally miss them when he's got the opportunity.
Yeah, Wimsatt hasn't run too often on his own today. Does so there on second down, picks up 3.
Wow, Kyle Monungai, they love this quarterback power. So watch Wimsatt on the run, and then here comes Kyle Monungai, who is down and hurt right now. Watch this. This is number 5, lead blocking. Bam! That is a big-time collision with Xavier Wumpa. Oh my goodness. That is a big-time shot.
And Monungai, we were told before the game today, was questionable to play, but he's been out there. Big Ten's leading rusher is down here early fourth quarter. 3rd and 7 for Rutgers, but first we step aside here in Iowa City.
I'm your football-obsessed best man, and I think you having your big day during the big game is the worst. What, are you kidding me?
Physically, I'm right here, but mentally, I'm here. Yeah, I do. Come on, speed it up. When all eyes are on you, my eyes are glued to the game. Whoa! Touchdown, yeah! And if you didn't bundle your home and auto insurance, well, all of this could be tough to tackle. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
A new arrival alarms the Brotherhood of Muscle. Muscular features signal power and performance. Attributes they've never seen in this build. Behold, a new breed, ready to swarm, ready to sting, ready to electrify. The defiant, power-packed, all-new hybrid electric Dodge Hornet RT. Performance electrified.
Marathon knows that fans are the true co-pilot of any team. Through the good and the bad, you support your team through every season. So for every grill master, all-star athlete, and face paint fixer, know that Marathon is here to keep you and your team fueled on and off the field. Wherever the game takes you, Marathon is by your side because we're driven together.
I get to love you. Forever I'm yours, forever I do. Every kiss begins with K.
This holiday season, give your family the gift that keeps on going.
Her very own Energizer Bunny?
Energizer Ultimate Lithium. The ¡1 longest lasting AA battery.
Rally House, shop every team in town. College and pro, come on, it's time to go.
Big Ten fans, shop Rally House for the best selection of Big Ten team gear. From the newest arrivals to the most popular styles, there's gear for every fan at Rally House.
Jerseys, headwear, fit for a win. Shop the latest styles in the Big Ten. Rally House, it's your city, it's your house, it's the Rally House.
Shop in-store and online at rallyhouse.com.
There's a look at the Big Ten's leading rusher, Kyle Monungai, shaken up last play and now inside the medical tent. A pivotal third down for Rutgers. Been tough sledding offensively ever since the first quarter. 3rd and 7. Whimpson not ready for the snap, and he'll dive on top of it.
Corey, I have to imagine that is the Iowa crowd once again. Whimpson not ready for the snap. Gus Salinskis, the center, must have thought he heard something. But once again, one of the MVPs of this day has been this Hawkeye home crowd who has showed up consistently on third down situations, making their presence felt, and there, forcing an early snap by Gus Salinskis.
Third down has been a problem for Rutgers all night long. Either penalties, and that time the crowd forcing a snap that Whimpson was not ready for, and a fair catch for DeJean at the 50 after a 34-yard punt. We're back in a moment.
You should Angie that.
Angie what?
Angie that. It means comparing custom quotes from skilled service professionals or booking at an upfront price so you can find the best price for you. Get started today at Angie.com.
Pretty much it's been a clean night for the Hawkeyes. Outside the 1 interception, 56 total plays, no penalties, no sacks allowed, only 2 negative plays.
Go back to Brian Ferentz, man. Let's give him credit.
Caleb Johnson. Gain of 1.
Again, I just think, you know, the offense is what it is. You lose your star transfer quarterback, Cade McNamara. You lose your 2 star tight ends, 2 of the best in college football, probably your best weapons. And, you know, what Brian Ferentz has battled with is finding the path that allows them the best chance to win. And sometimes that includes punting the ball and letting your defense take the field.
Patterson, little shimmy, little shake inside the 45-yard line. After a gain of 5, LeSean Williams Jr. isn't seeing many reps here this half. It's been Caleb Johnson, it's been Patterson.
Both these defenses are so dang physical, man, right? Monungai just went to the tent. LeSean Williams possibly dealing with something on the sideline. These are 2 of the best defenses in college football, and they do it really behind a brand of physicality.
Play action. Hill throws, that's caught. Estranga, first down. Inside the 40-yard line.
That's a really nice scheme once again. There's Estranga off the ball. Watch this big time play action, and you see kind of shuffles. It almost looks like he's starting to get into a double team to start that play off. And Desmond Igbenogson is just a second behind on that. Has to respect the run. That allows Estranga to get out open. Another great play call and another great scheme by Brian Ferentz.
Hawkeyes have had a good night on third down. It's Patterson. Open up the middle and was tripped up by Rutgers. If not, had one man to beat. If he did that, that was going to be in the end zone.
Watch the hole right there open up between 77, Connor Colby. You got some lead blockers, and Iowa's done the better job of sustaining drives, of keeping the Rutgers defense on the field, and that matters over the course of 4 quarters. This is when you draw on that. The Rutgers defense has played a lot of snaps.
Patterson, and he should have the first down inside the 29-yard line. A gain of 2 for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Big picture right now with Nebraska losing today, Wisconsin's losing, Minnesota's losing, and if the Hawkeyes hang out here, Kirk Ferentz, at minimum, the Hawkeyes would clinch a share of the West Division crown tonight because of what took place earlier and what's taking place right now within this Big Ten West. Doesn't mean they clinch a spot for Indy, but would clinch at least a share of the West with a win tonight. As Hill throws and incomplete, can't find Ragaini. That is if Minnesota loses, which they are against Purdue, and Northwestern is blowing out Wisconsin right now in Madison.
It leads me to a conversation. I think Greg Schiano is in the conversation of Big Ten Coach of the Year. We talked about Northwestern, maybe David Braun. I wonder if Kirk Ferentz should get more credit, because I think a lot of the energy has been focused on the lackluster offense. But it takes discipline to know your team and to know, even again in the face of criticism, to understand what gives you the best chance of winning and staying true to that throughout the season. There's a lot of teams that would love to be 7-2 with the chance now here in the 4th quarter to go 8-2.
Patterson. Rutgers trying to rip that ball out, but Patterson hung on to the 21-yard line.
They're just starting to find their rhythm. These are just fullback inserts at this point. Downhill, inside zone runs. Addison Estranga, number 87, has had a few key blocks on this drive. You can hear the pads cracking as Iowa is starting to find their rhythm in the run game.
And look at the total yards for the Hawkeyes today. We mentioned how historically bad it has been, but not the case here tonight, as you said, against a very good defense. On the sweep, Caleb Brown. Brown inside the 10. That's near a horse collar tackle. And it's going to be 1st and goal for Iowa.
The timing of that snap is so critical. You want to hit your receiver when he is on the run. And right? Let's watch it right here. There's the timing. You hit Caleb Brown. He's got the edge right away. And I guess you got a tug on the jersey, but no horse collar.
And Dean Blandino helping us out there, saying no horse collar because the defender did not immediately rip Brown to the ground.
And if Dean says it, that's the truth.
Hill throws, that's caught, and tiptoeing that sideline is Estranga. He's out of bounds inside the 5.
Let's take a look at this one. And I'll present you the question. Could Addison Estranga be the next in line?
He was going to play baseball here.
Yeah.
And he was an accomplished baseball player, but then took a chance. Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. He just impressed year after year in camp. Brian Ferentz told us yesterday, and at some point he said, look, we've made some mistakes not offering some guys with impressive camps. It was not going to happen again with that guy.
He's a sophomore, so there's a lot of time for him to continue to grow in his game.
Ball's on the ground, and Hill, there's a negative play. As Iowa with a touchdown here would pretty much put this one away.
This one's on Deacon. Just snap was clean. It's right in the numbers. You know, on one end, Deacon has clearly taken some steps today, right? He's navigating the offense, he's commanding the offense, but you know, it's little plays like that where there's clear room for improvement. The interception going into half, clear room for improvement, because here on the 12-yard line in 3rd and goal, I just expect a run or an easy screen, something so they're not in a vulnerable position so they can kick the field goal.
And yeah, for Rutgers here, that's the key. You hold them to a field goal, you keep it a 2-score game. Patterson to the 6, and it's 4th down. Yeah, Hawkeyes touchdown, that would seal it, but trying for 3 here with Stevens. Again, it remains a 2-score game with 6:05 and counting to go in the game.
It's been tough to move this football against the Hawkeye defense, but you know, I can't help but to think now, as we're in the 4th quarter, that you know, you turn on that tape, Rutgers Ohio State last week, that was a physical game. And I wonder if some of that's carried over to the game today.
24-yard try is good, so Stevens 3 out of 4 field goals here tonight, and the Hawkeyes add on 15-0. Kirk Ferentz and the Hawkeyes perhaps clinching a share of the West with a win tonight, lead by 15.
You're such a good listener, Thomas. It makes me feel so special.
You are special. If you don't mind, if you could just...
This makes me feel really special, too, because, you know, Discover's giving me cash back on debit, not just credit.
Actually, Discover gives cash back on debit to everyone.
Everybody?
Everybody, if you could just...
What about Debbie Johns? All those years that I couldn't find my bike, it was in her garage. Like, she gets it.
If she has Discover cashback debit, then yeah.
Introducing Discover Cashback Debit, a checking account with cashback for everyone.
When I got the script, I was like, does Taco Bell really not have a breakfast taco? Doesn't that concern you?
For sure.
Yeah, it's like going to a shoe store and they only sell socks. It's like a convenience store that's at the top of a mountain. It's like parachute pants that are tight.
All right, Pete, we ready?
Say these ingredients in my sleep.
And action.
Breakfast taco at last. Fluffy eggs, melty cheese, savory sausage. See what I did there? I made a breakfast taco.
Sunday, Kayleen Smykel leads the Scarlet Knights into a matchup with Auburn. Women's Hoops, Sunday, 5 Eastern, on the Big Ten Network. Thousands of non-televised live events, next day on-demand game replays, multi-view to watch up to 4 games at once, and your favorite school 24/7 channel. There's no plus like home. Download Big Ten Plus and subscribe today.
It's been a dream of mine to put on the black and gold.
They can put up points in a hurry.
In the end zone, touchdown for the Maryland quarterback.
I came too far to give up now or to not go that extra mile and try to succeed.
Football just gave me that extra motivation and gave me a vision to get to where I am right now.
The Journey, presented by Auto Owners Insurance, Tuesday on the Big Ten Network.
Football on the Big Ten Network is brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by DirecTV. Stop compromising, start watching. Upgrade to DirecTV. Santa, a little early. A little early, right? Just a little bit.
Would you be mad at me if I told you it's not too early? I love Thanksgiving. Don't get me wrong. I love Thanksgiving, but Christmas, it comes and goes, Santa.
15-0, still a 2-score game. Speaking of Santa, it's been tough sledding, though, with the Scarlet Knights here offensively tonight against this tough Iowa defense. Now, Saturday, December 2nd, don't miss the 2023 Big Ten Football Championship game presented by Discover, only on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Kirk Ferentz and the Hawkeyes were there for the Big Ten title game in 2021.
Back in for 8 for Rutgers, 98 for 8.
And would take a big step forward to perhaps getting there again with a win tonight, with Nebraska losing earlier, Wisconsin losing right now, Minnesota's losing right now. And the Hawkeyes seeking their 8th win overall and 5th in league play. Vital drive. Wimsett throws deep in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quinn Schulte. Schulte cuts back. Schulte from behind is tackled inside the 10. The former walk-on, Quinn Schulte, the Cedar Rep, is native with his 3rd career pick, and it's 1st and goal for Iowa.
Now, Corey, that was the same exact play Wimsatt missed on the crosser to Washington on the last drive. It's big play action. It's a 2-man concept. It's the deep crosser right here with the post over top. Here's Schulte. He doesn't need to get deep. Wimsatt hasn't proven that he can throw it deep. So watch Schulte. He's just waiting, reading the eyes in perfect position. And then as soon as Wimsatt overthrows it, he takes advantage of it and almost gets a touchdown.
That is the 6th interception thrown by Wimsatt and nearly became the 4th one to be returned for a touchdown.
Yes.
Weegin on the sweep lost his footing.
I've never been fast enough to be too fast for my own feet and trip myself up, but I think that's what happened there. He was going.
Weegin, the transfer from Iowa Western Community College, as Wimsatt took a chance downfield and picked off.
See the frustration on his face there, and understandably so. But that's a face a lot of opposing quarterbacks make when they play this Phil Parker-led Iowa Hawkeye defense.
It's Patterson. Now, Rutgers, putting up points tonight has been a challenge, but folks, historically, that's been a problem.
Timeout. Rutgers.
Rutgers calls a timeout. And now 4 all-time meetings between Rutgers and Iowa. The Scarlet Knights have scored only 17 points. We're back in 30 seconds.
Dupixent helps you do more with less asthma and can help you breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that's not for sudden breathing problems. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Ask your specialist about Dupixent.
Just to clean up, the initial call from Larry Smith was that the timeout was taken before the prior play. They did clean that up, so the 1-yard carry from Patterson counts. Then the timeout taken, so 3rd and goal from the 10.
Wow. It's an empty formation here. Really, if Iowa kicks a field goal, that'd make it an 18.3 score game.
Caleb Brown slips free. Brown, end zone, touchdown Iowa. First of his career. Schulte with the pick, giving Brown the chance to punch it in. 21-0, 4.5 to go in the game.
Corey, we asked Brian Ferentz about this screen game, just wondering what's the next step. You see 87 right there, Addison Ostrenga. He's the next step. You got to get that initial block on these screens to get the play going. Caleb Brown makes a guy miss, and then it's a party in the end zone. The screen game has been so important for this Hawkeye offense, and they finally were able to get it going today.
Well, Caleb Brown, as Quinn Schulte had the pick, had the key 4th down and really 4th quarter reception against Northwestern last week. But before that, he had not been targeted since late September. Schulte got it going. Brown punched it in, 22-0.
The early Black Friday sale is here. Take 30% off everything. Save big on your shopping list. Get them a gift they'll really, really love at Zales.
iPhone 15 Pro for your husband. iPhone 15 Pro.
Carolers, to tell me you want a new iPhone, a better plan's Verizon.
No way they take this break.
Yes, they will, and you'll get iPhone 15 Pro and Apple TV 4K and Apple One, all 3 on them.
Do that.
We tried to tell him, but he paid us a lot.
It was a lot.
This holiday, turn any iPhone in any condition into a new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium, Apple TV 4K, and 6 months of Apple One. All 3 on us. It's holiday every day with Verizon.
Derek Henry.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. I saved so much bundling, it inspired my workout. Auto! Home!
Okay. And this is Auto again, right?
Auto!
Hey, this is my living room.
Oh!
Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan.
The dog isn't allowed on the couch, Derek.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Half. 1 and 2. 2 and 4. Half of Black Americans don't have enough savings to retire. So let's retire inequality. Let's step forward together and let's rise together because dignity, security, retirement is for all.
There's your biggie bag. All that food for $5,
Nice.
that's my go-to.
Ooh, that's my ride or die.
Just like you and me. Bag boys. Bag boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we bring your food?
You can always bet on Biggie and now earn free food when ordering on the Wendy's app.
Dave, James, Anthony, and Jay with you, getting ready for the State Farm postgame, and we will be discussing, among other things, the offensive explosion here. Second half of the Hawkeyes looking good.
Deacon Hill came to play, getting the ball, spreading it to all of his receivers tonight.
A lot of weaponry out there for the Hawkeyes. You got to keep it in context for what's happening with Iowa, but man, 22 points, Jay.
It is a shutout still. Can we give the defense some love? I know the offense scored. It is a shutout still. Let's give
That's the
Phil
less
Parker some
surprising
love.
part. Postgame reaction, all the highlights from around the league coming up next. Corey?
All right, Dave, guys, thank you very much. Iowa shutting out the Scarlet Knights. Last time that Iowa shut out any opponent, 2019 in Evanston against the Wildcats.
It's kind of a surprising stat, right? Shutouts are hard to come by, as good as they've been. I know for defensive guys, that's a huge point of pride. If you can pitch a shutout, it's extremely challenging to do, so that's going to be their focus.
4:39 to go, 2 timeouts left for the Scarlet Knights. Later tonight, Wisconsin, Penn State meet primetime volleyball. Top 20 matchup. Coverage begins at 8 Eastern, powered by Unleaded 88, right here on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. For Kirk Ferentz, that trivia question we had earlier today, a win here tonight would be his 194th career Big Ten win, which would tie him for third most all-time in conference history with Bo Schembechler. Wimsett, incomplete, intended for Samuel Brown, the 5th.
Nick Jackson, these linebackers, they're run stuffers, they're downhill, they're great tackling in space, and the next step to prove your worth as a linebacker is good in coverage.
Now the appeal for Jackson to join this defense was there in the portal. You think about Iowa, you talked about Iowa, the history with tight ends, but also the linebackers. Jack Campbell, Seth Benson, why not be part of that tradition?
Josie Jewell. And a few more, many more.
Wimsett, incomplete, looking for Strong. It's 3rd down.
Jay Higgins once again in the area, reading Wimsett's eyes. He's got the campaign here. I think he's certainly in the running for Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. It never hurts to try to get some extra PBUs and potentially INTs, pass breakups.
See the numbers, Jake, on Wimsett. He was 7 for his first 10. He has now missed on his last 7 throws. I have to think it's 4-down territory here, right?
No doubt.
And kind of a fitting flag there. This has been an issue all night.
Offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
It's on Brian Felter, the left guard, but pre-snap penalties, false starts have plagued Greg Schiano's team from the get-go.
This crowd came ready, man. We were walking through the tailgates on our way into the stadium. They've been ready to go to help cheer their team on as they make a push here in the final few games of the race here in the Big Ten West.
7 penalties, 6 of the 7 false starts.
Many coming on 3rd down.
Good point. Hawkeyes bring 4. Wimsatt throws incomplete. Strong at Higgins around him. Harris, Schulte.
How do you get pressure with 4? Well, you run some games. It's not just a straight rush, but Ethan Hurkett, you see him coming right there onto your screen. Well, he was on the edge. Started up 2 steps and then came back inside. Rutgers offensive line, a little surprised, couldn't get there. And Hurkett helps force an errant throw by Wimsatt.
And Rutgers will punt.
Dangerous number 3. The crowd's giving the coup. Will he get a chance to return one today?
Play clock winding down, and Rutgers will take its second timeout.
Rutgers, their second of the half will be 30 seconds in length.
22-0. We're back at 30 seconds.
The magic never leaves you when you stay with the Disney Resorts Collection, following you along everywhere you go, making every moment special, even more surprising than your last, and bringing you extra time in any of the 4 theme parks every day. Book early and save up to 25% on rooms at select Disney Resort hotels. Why would you stay anywhere else?
The Big Ten Live football postgame presented by State Farm. After the game.
Cooper DeJean hoping for a chance. 9th punt of the game for Flynn Appleby. And DeJean, fair catch near midfield. Appleby now 9 punts. Rutgers offensively has amassed 7 first downs here tonight. Coming up after the game, the Big Ten Live football postgame presented by State Farm breaks down all the action from this one here tonight and around the Big Ten landscape. We mentioned at the top, the Big Ten West, it's wild every single week. Think about a week ago, 4 teams are tied atop the West. Iowa, the only one of the quartet that won last week, and likely the only one that will win again this week. Caleb Johnson for about 5 with 4:10 and counting to go.
Well, great job by Brian Ferentz calling plays today, getting the offense in position, and to no one's surprise, at least it shouldn't be, there's Phil Parker walking down the sideline. There's both the coordinators, Brian and Phil, but Phil Parker, the mastermind behind this Iowa defense that just continues each year to raise the bar and show up and make it extremely difficult. Understanding no margin for error, Phil Parker right now pitching a shutout. Boy, would he love it for the game to finish that way.
Johnson inside the 25 and shoulder down near the 20. Caleb Johnson had no carries last week, and when Kirk Ferentz was asked about that earlier this week, he said other guys have just performed better. Le'Shawn Williams and Jazian Patterson, but Johnson, he's got more reps here tonight and making the most of it.
You know, the funny thing is Cade Piper, the freshman left guard, he was pulling to the right. Hayden Large, the fullback, he was pulling to the right. That looked like a counterplay to the right, that Caleb Johnson just kind of aborted it and went all the way backside. And guess what? That's just a good way to feel the hole, not be a football robot and just feel it and then go in to make the play. You see the speed as you just highlighted there, Corey.
Johnson, legs go in the air, shoulder down to the ground to the 15-yard line. I'll get back to Phil Parker and go back to your playing days there, Jake, when Michigan would go up against Iowa. What would stand out in meetings in film about a trademark, a standard going up against a Phil Parker-led defense on a given Saturday?
The conversation is you have to be mentally engaged for 4 quarters. If you make any mistake, if you put your team in a vulnerable position, Phil Parker and his unit was going to take advantage of it. You knew that all 11 guys were going to be smart. They were rarely, if ever, going to be out of position. And no matter what you threw at them, trick plays, formations, whatever, Phil Parker's defense was going to be able to handle it. It was always such a dogfight to try to find any type of breathing room versus that defense. And really, like, you know, how do you do it? How do you get there? There's some defensive coordinators that have a bunch of exotic pressures and crazy packages and do a bunch of crazy stuff. When I think of Phil Parker, I don't want to call it a simple defense, but they do what they do. They don't really waver from it, but they just do it better than anybody. And maybe a piece of that is the type of guy that they bring here to Iowa City. Quinn Schulte, a good example. They said he's a coach on the field. No one watches more tape than him.
Former walk-on. With Schulte and Johnson's hit out of bounds by Flip Dixon.
Let's see what they do here. Do they kick the field goal, or do they try to get the first down and finish this game out? And it looks like
offense is going to stay on the field. Again, Iowa, a win here tonight would clinch a share of the West. Doesn't clinch a spot in Indy, but clinches at least a share of the Western Division. First down to the 5. Brian Ferentz. And a rough go for many years now for Brian Ferentz. Informed last month he will not be brought back for 2024. Much maligned coordinator here in Iowa City, shaking hands with players and staff members. He thought he called a really good game tonight, and the offense had one of its better nights in a long, long time. Over 400 yards now of offense.
Yeah, and let's make something very clear. That does not happen against this Rutgers defense. This is a top 10 defensive unit. We'll see where the rankings change after this week, but Brian Ferentz, man, the statement he made was all class. We talked to the players, the respect and love they have for him. And really, as we've highlighted multiple times, in a tight race in the West, every little detail matters. Brian Ferentz has done an excellent job getting his team schemed up, making the picture clean for Kirk Ferentz, and there it is, Corey.
194 career wins. Big Ten history, third, joining Bo Schembechler, third all-time. Woody Hayes at 205, Amos Alonzo Stagg, University of Chicago at 199, and Kirk Ferentz now joins Bo Schembechler. That impressive group, the top 3 all-time now in Big Ten history. 22-0, Iowa shuts out Rutgers here tonight. First shutout for the Hawkeyes since 2019, and with the win clinching a share of the West here tonight in Iowa City. With the way that this team performed tonight, and the defense again continues to be such a strength for this Hawkeyes team, and we saw more of that here tonight as Iowa is now 8-2 overall, 5-2 in league play. The Hawkeyes stay home. They will host Illinois next Saturday. Then we'll finish the season, the regular season, Black Friday in Lincoln.
You could say anything you want, right? And people talk about the Iowa offense. The one thing that you can't say, this team wins. The one thing that you can say is this team wins just about as much as anybody.
Hawkeyes with 8 wins. The winning head coach, Kirk Ferentz, is with our own Brooke Fletcher.
Because of what the rest of the Big Ten teams did here in the West today, you clinched a share of the Big Ten West title. What does that mean to you to do it with this team, Coach?
I'm not too worried about the title. We're just trying to win games right now, and to that point, just really proud of these guys. They've improved. Their attitude's unbelievable. So, just so happy to see them do well today.
Coach, I can just see you're emotional here. Just what is striking these emotions?
These guys have been through a lot, but I'll tell you, it's hard to knock them down. They show up in practice. They have a great attitude. Quite frankly, like the best part of my life right now is being on the field or being in meetings with them or with my wife, Mary, or with her, too.
That's good, Coach. You tied Bo Schembechler with the third most wins in the Big Ten here. What does that mean to you?
I'm just happy we won with this team today. That's really all I was focused on. I think all of us were focused on that. Off-season, retirement, that's when you think about stuff like that. Right now, just really happy for our guys.
This offense, the defense, they continue to show up day in, day out, but the offense here led by Deacon Hill. What impressed you from him in this offense today?
Well, all of us knew he wasn't very experienced, and that's we talked about that yesterday. And you can't microwave this stuff. You just have to keep coming back and go to work and learn from your mistakes. And he's done a great job at all of our guys have. And, so just really proud of him. And made a lot of really good plays today. Maybe one he needs to take back, but that's part of the process too. But just really proud of the way he stuck with it and the way his teammates have supported him and seen all those guys improve. So just really happy about that. That's what the game's about.
Coach, congratulations.
Appreciate that, Brooke. Thank you.
22-0 the final score here tonight. The Hawkeyes now 8-2 and 5-2 in the Big Ten this season. That'll do it from Iowa City. For producer Bart Fox, director Andrew Blaustein, and the best crew on television, Jake Buck, Brooke